HH, I gotta say that your boy Adolf is rolling in his grave right now because Germany have Sane, Gnabry.
Well, I did, but I smoked. I already told you.
You smoked what? You smoked what?
Is your name Brian?
No.
Okay.
That was random as hell, bro.
It's my narrative. So
You know what else you need?
what?
I need daddy. I need daddy.
Yo guys, what up? Welcome to this special little Sunday hangout, man. So look, man, it's off season, but off season means that lots of transfer news to go through. And we're definitely going to be talking about transfer news and just general things. But I think for the Sunday hangouts, I always want the Sunday hangouts to be like footballing topics, just something to do with football that's a little bit much more general that people can get involved with. So obviously, the main thing we're going to talk about is Raheem Sterling. I wanted to have a deep discussion and a deep appraisal of how good is Sterling, where do we rate him, and is he a good signing for Chelsea? Is this a good or a bad signing for Chelsea? That's pretty much where I want to roll with our things. So we'll talk about Sterling, maybe we'll talk about Rafinha and other guys as well. But then the main Sunday topic is number 10s. As you can see here, there are number 10s. And Ozil is going to be a jump-off point. Talking about Ozil, how he rates Ozil, and why there isn't a place for a player like Ozil, and what the heck has happened to the number 10s. Why do we live in a world where we're now praising PNP merchants like Erling Haaland and Charles Darwin Nunes instead of promoting the likes of an Ozil technical players? What's happened to technical players? What's happened to those number 10s? The Snyders, the Iniestas, the Tottis, the Ozils. What has happened to these dudes? So we're going to have that as a nice footballing number 10 discussion. So guys, remember, as always, feel free to use the super chat function. The super chat function, that is what these donations as what helps to keep the channel growing. And I thank you so much. I'm so grateful to the donations that you put through via these super chats. We call them dubs up in this piece, and these dubs help this channel to grow and help us to do our thing. So, as I always say to all these guys, how's everyone doing, man? How's everyone doing?
Yeah, good, man.
Wait, is someone in a fridge?
HH, can we take the occasion to congratulate Barry on his graduation?
Oh, Barry, are you graduated?
Yeah, I did it yesterday.
Oh shit!
Congratulations, bro.
Oh, okay,
Big up.
Wait, okay, wait. So, please, guys, I want everyone on the streets. I want to see a hashtag Congrats Barry in the streets. Get that trending. Everyone in the streets, hashtag Congrats Barry. Hashtag Congrats Barry. Get that trending. So did the parents and everyone go to your graduation and stuff?
Yeah, my parents and my brothers.
Let me tell you a funny story. Because I was so low key at my uni, I didn't register for my graduation.
Oh.
So I had to defer to the next year and basically graduate with the guys in the year below me because I forgot to sign the whole thing. So I had to graduate afterwards, man. So, but look, I said again, my school career was awful, man. So who else here is about to graduate or has already graduated? Who else here? Wait, Abdul, are you still in school?
Yeah, I just finished my bachelor, but I'm going on to my master's degree. So
Wait, hold on. Masters in what?
In law.
Wait, you're going to be a lawyer? You?
Yeah, but not like any type of lawyer. I want to work like a contractual lawyer. If you know what I mean. Like, I'm not into like murder, crime, like the crimes and shit like that.
Why don't you be a football lawyer?
HH, to be fair, like honestly, like I low-key regret like taking university, HH, because I know people shouldn't listen to me. That this is just my opinion. But,
yeah. Look, please, guys, please don't listen to Lal Abdul. Do not listen.
Yeah,
to Abdul,
don't listen to me. But like every year, thousands of people become lawyers. And it's a very competitive thing. Like, bro, you have to get very super high grades.
My best friend, my family friend who I've known my whole life, he's not a business guy, but because his mom is a lawyer, he forced him to do law. He says that it is one of the hardest things you can do. Basically, he did undergrad, post-grad and master, says that it is one of the toughest, hardest things he's ever done. Look,
Yeah, HH, because the companies, they only want, the best companies want those with the highest grades, HH. And to get, like, and HH, let's be honest, my name, HH, I live in Denmark, bro. So my name is a big turnoff for, like, very posh
oh
companies.
wow,
you
oh
feel me?
damn, oh now, okay, so we're going
Yeah,
there
bro.
now. Oh
Bro,
wow,
it's actually crazy, but it still exists, bro. It still exists.
Look, man, it's never too late to get into the YouTube game, man. You know, if Lord doesn't feel, man, get a camera, get a good mic, get a good studio, get into the whole YouTube game, man. All right, guys, let's pop this off, man. So now let's have it. So I don't know where this convo is going to take us, but here we are. We're here anyway. So let me give my stream marker here. Guys, we need to have an honest conversation about this dude here. Because I think it was your boy Nix. Your boy Nix, he came out and he said that, why does everyone think that this is a bad move for Chelsea? And so forth. And my thing is, Raheem Sterling is a very, very interesting player. So once upon a time, he was a brick. At Liverpool was a brick. I said, this guy is nothing more than a pace merchant, you know. Pace merchants, brainless. Without his speed, he's useless, you know. I would argue that Theo Walcott was actually technically a better player than him while Sterling was at Liverpool. So that was then. But since then, we cannot deny those 2 seasons he had, specifically the 98-point season. Nobody could deny that Sterling was absolutely exceptional that season. And if Sterling's third goal had counted and it wasn't offside or there was no VAR call, he would have scored a hat-trick to beat Tottenham. City would have beaten Ajax in that semi. And who knows, I would have taken City to beat Liverpool in that final. So things could have been very different for Raheem Sterling if not for that whole VAR call. But let's keep it real. He has declined. And that's what we want to get into, because I believe that miss he had against Lyon, that point-blank miss, is when everything went wrong for Raheem Sterling. Everything went wrong there. And his losses, and I just thought, okay, that's it. This is where he becomes a brick and so forth. But then the Euros happened. Yes, England are not the most entertaining team. Yes, they are quite a boring team. They're not a joy to watch. But nobody can deny that Sterling was the backbone of that team. I know that, I get it. He may not have the complexion of the kind of face that England may want, but it is what it is. There's a reason why he was in team of the tournament and not King Harriet Kane. He was super. So when I just saw his performance at that Euros, it wasn't like, oh wow, this is an amazing player. It's a very effective player. So, and I'm in two minds with him coming to Chelsea, because I want to talk about Sterling, the player, and I also want to talk about him coming in there, because Sterling used in the right way is effective. And as we see in football, this isn't futsal. This isn't the 5-a-side. This is 11-a-side. This is about being effective. This is about what can you do to help my team win? Sometimes a player with amazing ability can't help your team win. A guy with limited ability, maybe 20% on the eye test, he can help your team win. So he's effective, but I've never rated Sterling as a player, and I never will. Like, for me, Sterling, he doesn't pass the eye test, and I just think he's limited as a player, and he relies very much on his speed. So he's a guy that isn't really on the technical side. So I want to really go around everyone and just say, what is your view on Sterling?
Okay, just before you start, like,
Abdul,
as a Danish
change that
citizen,
Abdul, change that AVI.
as a Danish citizen, if he moves to Chelsea, I'm gonna hate y'all even more, bro. After what he done at the Euros.
Abdul, that's sick. Okay, Eminence, talk to me, Sterling, man. Give us a real raw view on Sterling.
You know what? Sterling, for me, like, he's never been world class for me. Never.
Hold up. So even in that 18-19 season, you say he wasn't world class?
No. I'm saying overall as a player, like his overall game, it's not world class for me.
Okay.
He misses way too many chances for me to put him in that world class category. But listen, Sterling at Chelsea, I don't know. I feel like we'll need to sign someone else, like a creative player, like a Dembele. If we can get Dembele and Sterling, then the deal will make more sense to me. But just Sterling as the key signing, I'm not too sure, man, because Mason Mount is our Mason Mount is our main creator, right? But the guy doesn't create any chances. So for Sterling, obviously, Man City gets a lot of tap-ins because they have Gundogan, De Bruyne, Bernardo Silva, all these guys. These are intelligent footballers. Chelsea don't have any intelligent footballers. So for me, I'm not too sure how it's going to work at Chelsea. But again, if he gets those chances that Werner got, I don't know, you could take the chances, but he misses way too many chances for me, man. So
Yo, that's a brick mic, man. That's a brick mic.
What?
Wait, what?
Bro, like the way like it goes loud and then quiet, loud and quiet, loud and quiet.
Wait, maybe that's for you, not for me.
Nah, that's you, bro. That's you, bro.
Can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear
Yeah,
me?
no, Abdul. I think that's just you,
and
bro.
then quiet, and
No, Abdul. I think that's just you. Abdul,
Abdul, that's you, bro. I think it's just you.
Induct your ears and induct your bummer's laptop.
Bro, I just got a new iPad. It's 4K.
I know.
Bro.
So basically, induct your iPad.
Then maybe it's just you.
Yeah, it's just
yeah. So what I'm saying is for the fee, 60 million. I think that's what they're saying. For 1 year left on the contract, I'm not too sure if that's a good deal. But listen, Chelsea are begging right now. We can any player we can get.
If Sterling was to come to Chelsea, would this excite you? Would this make you happy, or you'd be like, ugh?
Nah, it's like I said before, it's underwhelming. If it's just Sterling, it's an underwhelming signing. We need to sign someone else to make it like exciting. But yeah, man, and yeah, like I'm not too. I don't know, man. Let's just see.
So you've never rated Sterling ever?
No, I have, like the 17-18 season where
But it wasn't world class.
Yeah.
So he wasn't world class.
Because he misses far too many chances for me to put him in that bracket.
How many goals did he score in that, bro? I think he scored quite. I think he was pretty clinical in that season. Now, I guess what the things, but in that season, I think the dude was not only clinical but also extremely clutch.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like he's had like good seasons in the Prem, but overall, like in his entire career in the Prem, I don't put him in that world class. Like he's not in the Hazard category or like all this players.
Eminence. Hardly any players are in the Hazard category. Hazard is one of the best players of his generation. So
yeah, that's what I'm saying. So world class for me is Hazard, Bell, all those guys. That's Mane, those guys. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's not in that bracket. Yeah.
Dragon, talk to me about Sterling. Your views around Sterling. Does he deserve the kind of abuse that he receives in terms of low technique, pace merchants, not that good, and he's probably a brick now?
I got two views on Sterling. As like a man, I respect him a lot, and like I look.
Dragon, no, Dragon. This is football.
No. But it's real though. It's real. Like the guy's been racially abused many times. The newspapers for England when he was young, they used to like target him. He got hate from Liverpool fans. Like he's always been in the media. He's always been heavily criticised, and I respect that because for England he would turn up and show up after like. They would hate on him, the newspapers, all that stuff. I said the racially abused. He's been abused so many times. Like, come on, you have to respect him as that. And like, he's a good player. I think it would be a good signing for Chelsea because it's an upgrade on your other attacking players. And he's a direct, fast player which does well in the Premier League. But I agree with Eminence that for me, he's never been world class. He's been a very good player, but he needs to thank Pep Guardiola for his career because Pep Guardiola made him to the player he is today. Without Pep, this guy would probably be at like Everton or Newcastle right now. Because I don't rate his finishing.
Well, not Newcastle. Newcastle are looking pretty good. Newcastle are looking pretty good right now with that Arabic more money. So,
but you need to know what you're getting if she goes to Chelsea. You need to understand that he is going to miss chances. He's going to get in good positions, and don't expect him to be.
He can't miss as many chances as that clown Timo Werner, bro.
No, definitely not. But for me, he's never been world class. Against Tottenham, that was probably his peak. And 17-18 season. In the 17-18 season, when it was Sane, Sterling, and Aguero, I think that was when he was at his best. City were playing some great football.
Wasn't he better in 18-19?
No, 17-18 was his best season. He basically won them the league. Like he was scoring last minute goals. 18-19, he played good as well, but 17-18 was the best for him, in my opinion. But when he missed that chance against Lyon, I lost all respect for him on a footballing level because You can't miss that. And the English media were trying to hype this guy, saying he's better than like Neymar and that. Like, just...
whoa! Come on, no. Now, I do get on the English media a lot and everything. I don't believe they'd be that stupid.
No. I've heard that. But
Dragon.
They put him in the Messi Ronaldo conversation.
No.
They did.
No.
They said that he's better than Neymar.
No, they did.
They did.
They said that. Yeah.
Dragon, no.
Yeah, but like that Lyon game, I don't understand how you can miss that as a professional footballer. Like, it was an open goal.
No, Dragon, it's bad. It's horrible. But these things happen. Here's my thing. That's if you know, it's harder to miss than to score.
Yeah.
Once you have scenarios like that, it's happened. See, the difference between that miss and Torres' miss at Torres. What else did he do for Chelsea? You were garbage, so I am more on Torres. See, for that's okay. That was bad. But what about 17-18 season? 18-19 season? So Sterling had super exceptional season, and that was just an extreme low point. Like, Torres for Chelsea never had those really high points. But, like, I mean, that miss is where everything just went downhill for him.
Yeah,
I don't think he ever meant to recover from it.
It's not only that miss, though. In Champions League final, he also dropped a disaster class.
No, but no. The UCL final was after that miss.
That's
miss. I think that is just when I just think he lost all self-belief.
I think he's a confidence player. I think Sterling is a system merchant, in my opinion, because the way that Pep utilized him got the best.
Hold up. System merchants. You'd agree that he's England's most dangerous attacking player, yes?
No, I think it's Kane.
Dragon, get it. Dragon, was Kane in team of the tournament, yes or no?
No, he wasn't. I think but Kane was better at the World Cup. But Kane was better at the World Cup than Sterling.
Dragon, at the Euros, the most recent tournament, Sterling was our dude. And also, if he squared it to Sterling in the World Cup, maybe England beats Croatia. But you cannot tell me that Sterling isn't England's most dangerous attacking player. Kane is a striker, but the player who is the player that causes the most issues for against opposition for England? It's Sterling.
I have a love-hate relationship with Sterling, because sometimes I think he should start for England, and I think he's a good player for Man City. But then other times, like last season, he got benched by Foden the whole season. Then Pep wanted to start him in the Champions League final out of no reason, and I think he's more effective on the right wing than the left wing, because when he plays on the left wing, he will cut in, but he's not good at shooting outside the box. So he cuts in and he kind of slows the build-up play more. But when he plays on the right, he attacks the fullback and likes to get a cross in, which I think he's more effective, because he's not an inside forward that will get you. His XG will be high like a Sadio Mane or like a Salah. He's more of a winger, so I think he's more effective on the right wing.
Let me come to your boy Barry. Talk to me, Sterling. Your assessment.
Yeah. I think that, obviously, after the miss against Lyon, everything kind of went downhill for him. He wasn't necessarily the same player as he was like in the 17-18 season or the 18-19 season. But I think it can be a good signing for Chelsea, even though that his finishing is kind of looking loony these days. I think he's still a good, valuable piece, because he can bring you elusiveness, speed, and kind of a pressure in the Chelsea attack. But I think that I don't think he's necessarily a system merchant, even though he benefited a lot from Pep's system. I think that the way that he played most of the games at the Euros kind of killed the narrative a little bit. But he ain't what he used to be, unfortunately, you guys. But he can still be a good option. But that's all I can say about Sterling.
Okay. Before I come to your boy Abdul Wano wants to drop a mixtape. HH, you were working for Haaland a year ago. A year is a long time, and a lot can happen in a year. As of right now, I'm not sure that I want that pace and power merchant Haaland. Let's see what he does for City. But yeah, I don't think I want that pace and power merchant. I want the ski. I want the ski personally. Your boy LD, he needs to still give his Arab friends back their money. Huge L for us and him. If Chelsea, the legitimate UCL winners, get him, it's a W. LT, I think this is a reverse jinx. LT, you're such a loser. It's a reverse jinx, and it's not going to work on me. LT, world-class Zad, 1 goal in 2016, 6 goals for Real, but he was the best player at the World Cup in 2018, and he would have won the World Cup without that bum-ass De Bruyne. I know, Elsa, I know.
Where was he against Brazil?
What?
Where was
I know.
Zad
Yeah,
against
Casey,
Brazil?
Casey, I'll answer you. As a City admirer, Alvarez better than Sterling. Yeah, well, can he play first? You see, let's not judge Alvarez based on the Argentine league, because Alvarez could play and he could drop a disaster class when he now plays in the EPL, which is of a higher quality and level than the Argentine league. So all I'll say is that he scores higher on the eye test than Sterling. I'll give him that, but let's see how effective he is in the EPL. English Talent FC says Sterling, Mount, Rice, Gallagher, RJ, Chilwell, Colwell. Oh, Jesus, man. Talents, man. Bless your soul, man. What's it called? Abdul, talk to me, man.
HH, I need to share my screen.
Okay, share your screen.
HH, can you see like Sterling? I feel like after Leon, HH, he should have retired. He should have retired, and he should have got into like I think he should have retired and maybe gone into some diving. He could dive in the ocean. He could discover like the ocean floor and some fish. Even a shark maybe get eaten up by a shark. That it would have prevented what he done against my country.
Your level of comedy is
but I feel like if you want to stay as a professional, he could also take up the diving sport at the Olympics. You feel me? He could maybe do I've seen him do this to win a penalty before. I've seen him do this move before. And by the way, I don't know if you've seen this, but
Abdul, can you stop sharing me pictures of people diving and?
No, but I want to show you something. You know this right here, Sterling. He kicked the floor. He dived and he won a penalty, and there was no contact. He didn't even get touched.
That was against Shakhtar, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was against.
Oh yeah,
Shakhtar.
yeah, I remember that. Yeah,
that was so funny.
Yeah,
even Pep was like, "Yeah, that wasn't a penalty."
Yeah, this guy. This guy, he's a funny guy. If you guys need more penalty, if Jorginho wants to get his goal amount up, I think Sterling would be an amazing buy. But
so, do you have anything positive to say about this dude, or is everything negative?
Now, okay. Now, let me keep it real. I know that you guys. What's the whole point of Chelsea going out in the window this summer? Is to back Tuchel so he can close the gap on City and Liverpool, correct?
No, to win the EPL, not close the gap, win the EPL.
No, I think now just to get top 4 now.
No, but
Casey,
to
can
win.
you mute your mic?
No, but
Abdul, you asked me a question, man.
Yeah, okay.
The aim is to win the Premier League. I'm not here to compete.
Okay, the aim to win the Premier League, you have to close the gap on City, right?
Abdul, I'm not here for closing the gap. I'm here for winning the title.
Yeah, but to win it, you have to close the gap because they're 30 points ahead of you.
You just said that the aim is to close the gap. No, the aim is to win.
Of course,
the trophy is to win the freaking league.
Of course.
The heck?
But what I'm saying is, how are you going to beat a team if you're going out there and signing their rejects?
Abdul,
how does it make sense? You feel me like how are you supposed to beat a guy when you're taking his leftovers?
Can you on case can your Bombers club you on case can you afford 55 million euros? Yes or no? No.
Yes.
Right now,
Casey, mute your mic, man.
You know Alexia Patez, she's starting up her OnlyFans. Our Ballon d'Or winning.
All right. So Abdul, so you just focus on this place, like you. So yeah. So
all right. Yeah, no, but in regards bro, if you want to close a gap on somebody and win the league, you can't be buying their leftovers. In my opinion, you have to go out there and find players that can be even better than Sterling, because Sterling he's stalled. And of course, by taking him, taking him, you guys are hoping that you can revive his career and take him back to the great form, But let's keep it a stack. When has Chelsea last improved a striker? If only thing, you guys make them even worse.
He's not a striker.
Attacker. When have you last improved an attacker? You guys make attackers worse. So this guy might actually pursue diving.
Robin improved. Hasn't improved. Next question.
Yeah, so I think it would be a horrendous move. I think you guys you guys should focus on getting the Usage because Todd B, he made the promise, man. He made the promise to back Tommy T, and I
We need
think
to
the
get both.
Yeah. But the jewels, and as well. I'm hearing Nkunku. Why are you not going in for Nkunku? Because I'm hearing you guys can spend 200 million. So if you can spend 200 million, surely you can get Nkunku. Because I know they don't want to sell him, but like they're not going to say no to 100 million. So that's what I'm saying.
We need defenders too, man.
Yeah. Abdul, are you done? Are you finished?
On this?
Yeah, I'm done.
Okay, wait. I'm coming. As soon before I need to come to the other legitimate UCL winner before to you.
Okay.
So, Kenny, talk about your club, man. What are we doing?
Yeah. Still, for the price, I heard at first it was like 35 million, and then afterwards I heard like 50, 60. Like that's too much. But if we can get him for 35, honestly, plus Dembele, plus Dembele, I would not be mad. That's a guy for the past 5 seasons. He has scored minimum 10 league goals. Like what we have right now, a striker, a top striker, a top goal scorer, miss him out.
So Kenny, we are now taking Man City's sloppy seconds. No, Kenny. The aim is to win this league. How are we supposed to win the league when we're taking the sloppy seconds of our rivals?
I'm telling you right now, we're not winning no league next year. I don't see us winning the league, honestly. And because we have there's too many positions to fill. We're talking about attackers. We need 2 defenders minimum. We need a midfielder as well because one of Jorginho or Kante.
You're getting the jewels and the Koulibaly.
Can you mute your damn mic, man?
Shut the hell up.
Kenny, talk over this clown, man. Kenny, talk over this clown.
Like Kunde is like what 50, 60 million. I think his release clauses, and then if we want to buy Koulibaly, it's probably going to be at least 30 to 40 million. That's already like 100 million on defenders. We have to buy extra midfielder, and we need attackers as well. So you have to try and save money where you can. And if you can get a Dembele for free and a Sterling for like 35, 40.
Wait, hold up. So Kenny, wait a minute. So Kenny, so we're now penny pinchers. We're not trying to find the bargains.
All the top wingers, they're gonna be more expensive than that. We need a lot of players, man.
So
we don't have Bram
the cash. So we
don't have Bram. We don't have Bram. Bram is gone, man.
Yeah, we're gonna be spending like 200 million, like 250, 300. We need to save somewhere. We need too many players, man.
So Kenny, you're saying that I now have to accept us having to now watch our spending and be on a budget.
No, we have to. No, the thing is that if we did have because Rudiger living for free and then Christensen as well living, that there's a gap in our defense. So we need defenders. We need at least 2 defenders. So we need to the money. There's not enough money and midfield as well because they say Kante or Jorginho's living, so we can't be spending.
Kenny, Kante going nowhere.
No, but it's either Jorginho or Kante, so one of them is going to go.
Jorginho is going. He's gone.
So we need a new midfielder. I hope he isn't going anyways. But if Jorginho leaves, we're going to need a new midfielder. So
your point. So you are happy with Sterling coming to Chelsea because
I'm not happy, but for the price and. It's guaranteed. The guy has been scoring at least 10.
Okay,
10,
so Kenny,
10 goals.
So where we're at right now is that we don't have a signing that's going to excite us. We're just taking sloppy seconds and rejects.
Yeah, because all the exciting. I don't know. Rafinha doesn't want to come. Name me any wingers. Would I prefer Gnabry or Sterling?
You don't have Bram.
Trincao. Kenny Trincao.
Trincao, man. I'm tired of. I'm tired of all these.
Kenny, don't answer this clown. I would kick it out.
I'm tired of all these ballers. Havertz was supposed to be that guy. Man has all the technique. He can't finish. I need some effectiveness, man. At least Sterling, I'm sure he can get me at least
Kenny
10.
and Eminence. I'm saying this right now. Kenny and Eminence. I am telling this right now, man. I've got to think long and hard about
Asensio. What about Asensio?
Chelsea? Okay, you know what?
Look at the wingers. We're talking about Asensio. What's this? Asensio? What's this, man? No,
guys. I tell you, I've got to think long and hard about my.
Would you take Hazard back? Would you take him back?
Yes, of course I would. Yes.
Right now he's injury prone. If you
Can I get a dribbler? Can I just get one dribbler? Just one exciting player.
Yeah, if we get Dembele and Sterling, for me, is better than what we have right now.
What if we don't get Dembele? What if we don't get Dembele? Then what?
That's the thing. For me, Sterling is not. If I take Sterling, he has to come with Dembele. It's a package deal. We can't just.
We're screwed, man. We're screwed. Abramovich is gone now, bro.
I don't know.
You know
I don't know which
I'm telling
we can
you this
get.
right now, man. I think I'm gonna have to go to the UN and say, look, man, this whole war with Ukraine. Let's just make peace. Like, you know, I think like I want Abramovich back. I want Bram back. Like, I can't handle this.
I miss the guy, man. I miss the guy. I swear.
Nah, this is bad, man.
You see, they be like man. You know, Mane and Sterling. You know, Mane and Sterling over the past 5 years have similar amount of goals. So honestly, Sterling is not. Is he a aesthetically good player? But he gets results done. He's been the best player on the Premier League winning side.
No, he's never been the best player.
Okay, wait, hold on. Let me
come
in. Hold on. Let me
can I talk to this? Can I talk to this?
Wait. I want to come to LC first. Then I'll come to
FC.
LC.
Yes. Hi. Okay. So can you share the link that I put on private chat?
Okay.
Oh, also, can you bring on Zeke Superstar? I think he was going to show you something.
No. I can't because he was trying to. Mate, don't show any footage. I can't have any footage.
But can you screen share the link that I put in the private chat?
Casey, man, you're such a stats merchant, man.
No, these are not stats. These are like basic revenue. Okay. Can you look at? Can you go to right? On the slide. You see that 77% waste to revenue ratio?
Yeah,
Can you move more right? Can you move more right?
Yeah,
more.
We're looking at here. Oh,
no, I'm just going to show you the losses that you're making.
Okay.
Yeah. I think it's around 180 million pounds loss that you had last season. You know, Toddby is an American. I don't think he's gonna be okay with all that. If you're in La Liga, right? I think you'll be able to spend less than Sevilla based on your finances. Not even Sevilla. I think Athletic Bilbao. Your finances are so bad.
Didn't we pay for debts last season?
So now you have to pray that Toddby spends his own money. First of all, to balance your books. But your issue is that you also need to buy new players. And you're only ready to pay like around 35 million pounds for Sterling. But City wants around 60 million.
So, Casey, you're trying to tell me that we can't spend 100 or 120 on any player this summer?
You say that we are stealing money, right? If you do that, bro, you're like the mafia. If you spend money now.
Casey, you know, that's why I saw that owner. I saw Todd B on NSBC, like he was talking about FFP and shit like that.
Yeah, no. You should like read business press on this.
You know, I'm looking straight into your eyes right now, HH. You're like, I can read into your eyes. Like,
Double H. I've lived in New York.
You're realizing.
Listen. Double H. Listen to me. I have lived in New York for so long. I know what people like Todd B are. They invest in a firm and they try to just maximize the value within 4 or 5 years. He will try to sell you within like a decade or so. That's why he was talking to Bloomberg about like how even after the fact that football has like 10 times the viewership as American football, your revenue still doesn't match them. He never once talked about which player you will buy, how much will you invest in the stadium, nothing. He was just talking about how to get money from the club. Compare this to your last owner.
I hate you. This is depressing, man.
The Russian mafia known as Abramovich, who destroyed Russian working class to build your club. Bro, I hope you get relegated. Because the sins that you have committed, right? I hope you get relegated.
What are you talking about?
Can I just speak on Sterling a little bit? See, I think Sterling is a much better version of Timo Werner. Yeah, so what's wrong in that? He's far more intelligent than him. He's a better finisher. He's a better dribbler. What's wrong in that? You should get him. But you will destroy him like you have done with every single attacker.
But he's already on the decline. How can we destroy him further when he's already on the decline?
You will find a way. You will find a way. You did it with Higuain also. Higuain was finished. You made him more finished.
Hamad, talk to me about
Arabian night, Arabian day, more hotter than hot, more soca than hot, Arabian day.
Hamad, can you please talk on Sterling, please? Thank you. Hamad?
Yo, can you hear me?
Yes,
can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear.
All right, so thing is, Sterling's an interesting one. Is my mic okay though?
Yes, it's fine.
Okay, cool. So I feel like he's been getting a lot of disrespect from this panel. Like, recency bias is big because, let's be honest, for about 2 or 3 seasons he was world class, and you can't deny that because, bro, he was putting up insane numbers and was being very effective and was performing in a CL for Man City. Like, bro, they're moving a bit harsh. But the thing is with Sterling is a good dribbler. Like, I disagree with you, HH. The fact that you say he's like a pace abuser and hasn't got much technique. Like, bro, he's a good dribbler. He's a decent finisher. I think he is pretty poor at sometimes. Like, he misses a lot of chances. I don't think you can compare how he plays for Man City because Man City create a lot of chances. And let's be honest, Chelsea lack creativity like massively. So he's not going to get many chances and his output will reduce a lot. Like, I think
they have Mount.
Abdul, shut up.
Now, the thing is with Mount, he plays Sterling's position in Tuchel's system, so that's another positive. He'll replace Mount because Mount is pretty mid, if we're going to be honest. Like, another thing with Sterling is, as you can see by his name, he's got big bunda. Like, if we're going to be honest, and that is the exact same attribute.
Damn bloody fool.
That's
it.
Right.
Okay. No,
wait. Let me finish, bro.
This is a football analysis show. We don't delve into body parts here.
HH, can I say something, HH?
I can analyze
Eminence. What do you want to say?
HH, you know what worries me as well is, like, why is it coming to Chelsea? Because at Man City, he gets to win the league every season. Like, what's the motivation to come to Chelsea? I don't get it.
You can party in London. You can party.
They're selling him. No. But City don't want him, and he's not going to be playing. I know, and also he wants to obviously get good game time before the World Cup. So Chelsea going to offer him the game time that City wants because Pep was like, I'm not going to use you. So it is what it is.
Yeah, that's because I'm thinking to myself, like, you're leaving like winning Premier Leagues to come to Chelsea to fight for top 4. I don't get, like, yeah, I'm not too sure, but let's see, man.
Why do you keep saying fight for top 4? Why do you keep saying that?
HH, have you seen Chelsea's team? Have you seen our team, HH?
Eminence, I cannot support a team that.
Eminence, have you seen the links to Nathan Ake, by the way?
Osasuna.
This kind of reminds me of the Griezmann transfer last season, where it's literally one of the most brick transfer decisions in the history of football. I guess because it didn't make sense for Barcelona because they actually would have needed him since they were selling Messi that season. It didn't make sense for Atletico because they already had someone in that position and they were just going to buy someone and waste money. And it didn't make sense for Griezmann because it was not like he was going to get any more game time because João Felix already replaced him. So it didn't make sense for all three parties. The reason this reminds me of that transfer is because it doesn't make sense for Man City because Man City, contrary to belief, actually kind of have a small squad. They're really lacking in depth right now. After they've only made one transfer, they haven't made any transfer yet. Oh, they already made Alvarez and Haaland, but they had a very small squad last season. And I don't know if you can just afford to lose this kind of player, another one. It doesn't make sense for Chelsea because why do you want another Christian Pulisic? And it doesn't make sense for Sterling because you're going from a team that wins titles every year to a top 4 team.
Thank you.
So why is this even a thing that's being mentioned? I don't understand. Are we actually trying to create the English core at Chelsea? Has Todd B signed off with Queen Lizzie or something? Because I think they're seriously just trying to bring in Gallagher, Mount, Sterling, Rice, all of these English guys. They're probably going to bring in an English defender as well, maybe Tarkovsky from Burnley. They're going to get an English left back. I don't know. I can't even think of one. And it seems like we're going to get the English national team in Chelsea because this kind of transfer, it makes no sense.
Also, when I come to you, I need you to say something positive. Now you've hit me with negative things. Can you say something positive, please? Thank you.
I believe that Chelsea might finish outside the top 6 next season.
No.
Before let me hit this. Let me hit some dubs. Man. Let's see. What did you hit that? Shout out to your man, Master. I'm not going to read that name. As a fellow Korean, why don't Chelsea buy Asians? #equal. I have no idea. Don't ask me. I'm not sure about that. I don't know. From Simar Singh, after the Leon miss, he has never been the same. This is true. Remove Pep's system, KDB, and you'll realize that he is very average. Pulisic Hudson not far from him.
No. That's a reach.
No, because Sterling doesn't play in Pep's system with England, and De Bruyne plays for England, and we saw what he did at the Euros. He was very effective. So no,
why do you want another effective player? Aren't you crying for creativity all the time, HH? Sterling is not a creative player.
Osasuna, thank you. Do you think City need a winger if Sterling leaves? Alvarez plays on the wing, does he not? So yeah, Alvarez can play out wide on the wing. So, but they'll probably go out and get another winger. Those rich pricks. Master. Oh,
don't
do it.
You stupid dick. Kitchen Hot. Okay. Tad B, I have the ingredients. Phone me, we cook. #top4. Thanks for that, you bloody clown. Khaldoon has secret plans by selling these players. Who the heck is Khaldoon? Is that the owner?
Is the city CEO?
Sporting director or something like that.
LSK Laxon. London Blues went from Bram to. We gotta save where we can.
I hate it. Are you good?
Look, man.
I hate it. Can we move on from this topic, please?
Emotional, damn it!
What the hell?
What the fuck was that?
Wait, who the hell was that? Who the hell was that?
Was that Sasuna?
Okay, look, okay, let's keep on. What the hell was that? Says top 4: City, Spurs, Liverpool, Arsenal 4th. You're mad. Get out of here.
But you know what, HH? Spurs can actually finish 3rd next season.
I have Spurs as 2nd behind Man City.
Wait, I heard of Liverpool.
Yes.
Why?
Mane leaving. I don't trust Charles Darwin. And there'll be too much pressure on Salah to get those goals.
Interesting.
Low. Tielemans, Jesus, Saliba, Vieira, and Martinez rates out of 10. Look. If Arsenal gets all those dudes, they're looking at it. But here's the problem, Low. You moron. You have a bum-ass coach. Quality players, but your coach is a bum who is only
but you're not looking at one important thing.
What?
Kante injury record. He's getting injured a lot now.
Who?
Kante.
N'Golo
Kante.
Casey, your club is poor, and if you spend any money,
so is yours. Your club is poorer.
Casey, if you spend any money, I will report you to FIFA and UEFA. I will snitch on you. Thank you. English Talent FC says, HH, have hope. The English wouldn't let you down. Oh, this is disgusting, man. If Sterling can score at City, imagine Haaland. Okay, let's. If Haaland flops, I'm coming for you, dude. I'm calling for you. 3. I'm just gonna call you mountain. Mountain. I'm just gonna call you mountain. Or Alps. I'm just gonna call it Alps. I'm gonna come for you if Haaland flops. Rob, Sterling, talk to me.
Yes. I don't really know about how well Sterling is going to, because in my opinion, in the Premier League, he has been very inconsistent lately over the past few seasons. He's always amazing for England, but for Manchester City, he's always inconsistent and poor at times. So maybe a new club will get the best out of him, will make him perform better. But right now for City, he has been very inconsistent, and he performs very well for England. So it's a bit difficult to say how well he will do at Chelsea.
So Rob, should I be hopeful that he helps Chelsea and he can be effective for Chelsea? Is this a good signing?
It could be a good signing, but we don't know yet, because for City he was very inconsistent a lot of the time, but for England he was very good. So it's very difficult to say.
Let me sky that drink. Sterling, talk to me. Let me sky that drink. Hello? All right. He in there. Zeke, talk to me, man. Zeke, Sterling. Hello? Zeke?
He muted his mic.
Okay. Oh, wow. Okay, because this guy's not working. Guys, look, man. All I can do is just have hope, man. But, like, Eminence. Okay, so before we even leave this whole Sterling thing, I mean, Eminence, when the season starts, what players will be wearing a Chelsea jersey? For sure.
HH. I can't.
That's
it's
my
hard.
name. I know my name is HH, but that's not the question I asked you. I didn't crack. I didn't crack a joke. I don't know where you're laughing.
You know what? It all depends on who leaves Chelsea this summer. Like, we know Lukaku's obviously leaving to Inter Milan. One of Pulisic, Werner, and Ziyech have to leave as well. So yeah, I'm not too sure. I don't know, but I feel like Koundé could be one of the players, and then maybe Sterling. Maybe, I'm not sure. Maybe that's what. Yeah, that's what I know. So
Kenny, who will be wearing a Chelsea jersey next season for sure from the transfer targets?
I think Koundé probably. I'm leaning. It feels more Sterling than Dembele, but hopefully both.
No, I don't care of it. Who for sure will be wearing a Chelsea jersey?
Okay, Koundé.
Koundé is the only one right now I can say 100% from what I've seen. The rest of them, I don't know.
Emotional, damn it.
You know what,
Can you bring up Alex one comment? Can you bring up Alex one comment?
No, I won't.
Yeah,
Zeman, give me your assessment on Sterling as well as analyzing his move to Chelsea.
Man, he's gonna be he's gonna be a good player for you, HH. He's a hard worker. He's a really hard work winger. Sometimes he may or may not score goals. It just depends on the day. You know, it's just a roll of the dice. I think he's more technical than majority of your players up front.
Zeman, sorry, I need to. I think someone needs to be sent off here, and so forth. So this is the first time a red card is going to be administered to a dub. So first of all, obviously, I'm not going to read out that name, but thank you for the dub. That's a red. That's a red. Nice. That's a red. That's a red. That's a red.
Zeman. That's low key true though. They're both.
That might be double the
Zeman, continue.
No, that might be true, bro. He suffers from the same problem that Timo Werner.
Can you just
not that consistent from goals.
Talk about Sterling?
Sterling is a great signing. I'm still looking forward to Kai Havertz. You know, the German Zidane. I want to see him pop off in his development. Nobody has really developed under Thomas Tuchel. That's the wild thing. Like
that's a lie.
Particularly last season, man. How much of your players have really improved? Drastically improved.
Rich James,
Mason Mount,
Chilwell.
Mason Mount. Are you guys happy with Mason Mount's growth?
No, I said Rich James and Chilwell. I don't care about Mount, man.
Chilwell was injured majority of the time.
He got me double-digit goals in the system.
Wait, sorry. Mods. Can you please time out Gaming Nights, please? If you're gonna find his name or so forth, can you just give him like a 1 minute timeout for Gaming Nights, please? So try and give me that.
No, that was a tactical foul. But to tell you the truth, man, you guys need what, 2 center backs? Koulibaly and Koundé are coming. Your 2 center backs. You also have the likes of amazing talent. Dembele. Running towards the flank, and then you guys also have the Neymar project. So there's that.
Who's
and then
that?
Your attacking project. Oh, you don't know who the Neymar project is?
Imagine a front 3 of Dembele, Werner, and Sterling, bro.
Bro, that's a low football.
I think the opposition, they don't need a goalkeeper.
They can afford to drop their goalkeeper for another center back or attacking midfield, man.
Werner's not playing, man. It's Havertz, man.
No, shout out. Yeah, just shout out to your signings, HH. Are you worried, HH? Because I feel like that's a data-driven signing, Sterling. These are the type of signings you guys are going to make. Players that might, he's a good runner. He could run with the ball as well. So it's just like...
where is the data coming from?
Abdul, shut up. Abdul, shut up.
No, this is covered.
No, Ziman, shut up. Eminence and Kenny. Do you think that there's a way that we can get Bram back? Do you think that this decision can be reversed?
We need to go to court, man. Because for me, I'm not even trying to defend Abramovich for the whole Russia.
I know it is answer, but do you think there's a way where if he apologizes over, we can just get this U-turn and get Abramovich?
Yeah, man. We need to make an appeal, man. Because we need him, right? We need him, right?
The way they trade him, man. There's something fishy about it, man. I don't know, man. He wasn't that bad, man. Just, you know what I'm saying? If he helps end the war, maybe we can take him back.
Wait,
we can have him back.
Hey, are you in the toilet, bro?
No.
It sounds like you're in the toilet.
Whoa.
No. It sounds like
yeah, Eminence. Like kids watch this show. So Ziman, are you finished with your Bournemouth analysis?
Yeah, man. But on real talk, do you guys feel like just Thomas Tuchel? His league campaign was sus last season, but I'm sure that's just down to the signings. Do you think his talent ID is really good?
It's not.
Do you kind of judge his talent ID? Because his talent ID is kind of looking sus.
Yeah.
That's the issue I'm having.
Hold on. Didn't he buy Icardi for PSG?
Huh?
He bought Icardi, right? For PSG?
No, I think that was Leonardo.
Was it Tuchel that bought Icardi?
Yeah, Leonardo was there, but it was but when it comes to Italian market, it's Leonardo that buys all these like Serie A players.
And he got Lukaku also.
With the talent ID, I have an issue with Tuchel on that one because I feel like he doesn't really know how to identify players who are like good players. I don't know.
Like for a system, I think you want specific players like
Hold on, let me come to Mohamed. So Mohamed, before we run this off,
is Nathan Ake coming
Ziman,
to Chelsea?
Can you shut up? Ziman,
I want to ask
Mohamed, I'm talking to you, man. I'm talking to you, Mohamed. Your thoughts on Raheem Sterling as a player and him moving to Chelsea, and do you think that Chelsea can get Abramovich back as an owner? Because I'm not sure about Todd Bowley at the moment.
So. Yeah. For me, I'm not sure about Todd Bowley either. I think you guys need to protest Putin. I ain't gonna lie to you. You're gonna have to wait out Stamford Bridge and protest Putin going to war and whatnot. You need Bram back. I ain't gonna hold you. You need Bram back now. Like
so you tell me they're protesting a war because
they have to protest the war. I ain't gonna lie to you. They're
gonna have What the fuck was that?
Yo, what the?
Oh my god! Wait,
You guys need to stop Putin like right now. Like if I ain't gonna lie to you. If it wasn't for Bram leaving, y'all don't even have to worry about that. But the bottom line is like the link with Putin is like, yo, Putin, bro, like you could still back out of this. You gotta make peace. You gotta make peace. You can't keep doing this to Chelsea fans. I don't know, like they're gonna be watching Sterling, Pulisic, and Dembele might end up like, bro, it's peak. I don't even know if you might sign one center back.
Okay. This is an open thing to you losers, sad losers on the streets and guys on the panel here. If let's say the war ended tomorrow and there was peace, do you think Abramovich can be allowed back as the thing? If let's say the war ended, do you think they'd allow Abramovich back as?
But the problem is
No.
he's already sold the club, so I
Yeah,
don't think
he's already sold the club.
Yeah.
It depends how it ends. I mean,
no, I'm not gonna. The future is not looking. Tuchel is.
you know
I'm
what?
not gonna lie. Some of the signings,
Yeah, but
some
I'm
of the
hearing-
interested
I'm hearing-
names I'm seeing.
I'm hearing. Your boy Bram is flirting with Valencia, man.
It's peak, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, I ain't gonna lie to you, HH. You need 3 center backs, bro. You let go, like, bro. I know Aspie looking kind of old, but you let, like, I know Rudiger was already dipping, but Rudiger, Aspie, Christensen, bro. Who's left? Chalobah's the only maybe senior center back that might be half decent. Like, respectfully, what's gonna
Silva's still
happen?
there.
That's what I'm saying, bro. So, bro, what are you gonna start with? Sar, Chalobah?
All right, don't mention that guy's name again.
Bro, I'm telling you, it's peak.
So wait, Mohammed. Mohammed, let me get this straight. So Chelsea shouldn't be aiming to win the title next season. The aim is to get top 4.
Top 6.
I ain't gonna lie to you. Yeah,
All right.
it's top
hold
4.
Up.
What about
It's
top
top
6?
4.
Top 6.
Yeah, top 6 is actually
So,
pretty,
top 6 is more realistic.
Casey said it's first and so forth. Casey, that's a yellow. Casey, that's a yellow.
No, but is that not a possibility?
I mean,
Mohammed. So,
No, I don't think
Mohammed,
6.
Nah, we're finishing on no.
I think you'll finish 4th, but bro, like it just depends on if you sign people. Like I don't want to be
That would be
harsh.
crazy if you guys finished top.
Wait,
I don't want to.
wait.
No, hold up, Mohammed. So you're saying that I'm going into the season with an aim of trying to get Mohammed. Mohammed, I'm sorry, I can't.
Bro, I know it's difficult. I know it's difficult, but
I can't.
I'm trying to be as positive as possible. Like it's looking tough, man. Like if you at least kept one senior center back, this is tough. You lost 3 senior center backs, and you play a back 3. Like if you go to a back 4, maybe the only a guy who might pop off is Ziyech.
You know what you don't consider the loan army, bro. The loan army might save him again because this is.
I ain't gonna lie, it's looking
who's
so
in the
peak.
army though?
It's looking
as
so
a center
peak,
back. You guys don't have a couple center backs that are.
That's what I'm saying.
Nah,
it's looking so peak. You might have to beg Gallagher to come.
But you know, the one thing I never understood is that
Gallagher.
Why do they? How can they sign? I generally don't think they'll sign Dembele because which club that's basing itself off of stats and numbers is going to sign a player that has been living in the hospital for the last 5 years
on
a massive contract, on a massive wage?
Yeah, I wish I could keep it.
It's just not happening.
Yeah. I wish I could be more positive, but bro, I could tell you from having FSG as owners, we let Genie go and extended Milner. Genie was a staple starter. Milner hasn't sniffed the pitch for about longer than Mane has been out of form.
Wait, hold on. What's up, Z-Man? Hold on, let me get this done.
I think my yellow card is very wrong.
Wait, Zima was gonna say something.
No. Abdul is completely wrong. I disagree because they're gonna be looking at the underlying stats for Dembele, progressive walks without getting injured, man.
Let me hit this jobs. Your boy. Shout out to Alps. Thank you.
Alps.
Look, what else am I supposed to call that user?
Just call him Arrow.
It looks like mountains, so I'm just going to call him Alps. So Alps. Zeman, mashallah, you have a beautiful voice.
Wait, are you a girl?
I don't move that way.
Oh, yeah, she might be a girl.
Wait, hold up. Alps, are you a boy or a girl?
That's a good question, man.
Yeah, because I assumed you were a boy. So
Nah, it could be a girl.
Okay, I know.
Liga Twitter.
I have a question. I have a question regarding this.
Thanks, man.
You can actually see
Oh,
the. I think on
stinks, man.
YouTube,
Thanks.
on YouTube you
Casey
can see
Watts,
the.
Casey Watts.
On YouTube you can see the gender ratio, like who watches your videos. What is the gender ratio for your channel?
It's 19, about 99% male.
So there's 1%.
It is.
Probably who's like on a fake account.
Bro,
like,
I'm trying to opening up to women as much as possible.
No,
but it is what it is, man.
apparently there's a girl that be watching like in the Discord. She's Abdul's friend or some shit. She be on Twitter.
Yeah,
she
my
says
ex.
she watched.
She's my ex actually.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
yeah. She said she watched the finals.
Yeah, I used to smack that ass.
Okay, all right. Half ups, BLM. Abdul, watch your step. Half ups, BLM movements. Casey, I'm happy Barca launched BLM project. You see, I'm not going to read that. Okay, come on, I'm not that slow. Relax. Promo.
That's a bad one.
Interesting to see if Todd B pays Sterling 300.
God damn.
Oh, Samasi is a woman. Samasi.
Oh yeah, Samasi.
All right. Okay, so guys,
we need to move on, man. We need to move on.
Oh no, we are moving on. We're moving on. So guys,
but I don't understand why are they not treating Chelsea like Everton?
Let's move on.
What do you mean?
How can
like
you go
Everton?
through a 180 million euros pound loss and still spend so much money? Like, what the hell is this?
Oh, you're in your revenue, man. Leave it alone. Just please say something.
Okay,
this is like straight up cheating now.
Please.
I need Casey versus Eric
You
Blue.
have a dustbin as a stadium. Like around 40k people can enter there. How are you getting your money from?
Okay. You know what, Casey? All right, we're gonna move on. So guys, let's talk technique, man. Let's talk technique. You see, I want people's first thoughts when I pull up this image. When I pull up this image, I want to see what people's first thoughts are about this guy, because this is a guy who I think many people may have forgotten about, and because this was a guy who really, at a point, he said, "What's up?" At the point he said, "What's up?" So, hopefully I've got there we go. So, when you see this image, I'll pull it up right here. This image, because basically I was just looking at football news yesterday, and they said I think Ozil is now going to enter into esports. I'm like, damn, it just got me thinking that, oh damn, Ozil, wow, there are no number 10s. Then I thought about, James Rodriguez. Then you think about Wesley Sneijder back then. Then you obviously go into Totti and so and say, wow, and you think about Isco.
What about Bruno Fernandes?
Yeah, and so was that.
No, move on.
Abdul, what we're talking about highly technical number 10s and so forth. And I do feel that it is quite sad that the way that football is right now, the way it's operated, there is no space for Ozil. Although I would argue that could he work out for Pep under Man City?
Yeah, but they play 4-3-3 though. I don't think
they play 4-3-3.
Yeah,
I see. Actually, how do you guys play 4-2-3-1?
Roma, I think.
Bayern Munich.
But then Muller plays there. Okay. Look, let me come first to your boy Abdul. So Abdul, when you look at Ozil and you look at this image, what are the first thoughts that come into your mind when you see Ozil and so as a player? Is he a luxury player, overrated, underrated, one of the best number 10s of his generation? And why isn't there space for a player like Ozil in today's football? And why are we looking at Haaland and Darwin?
I mean, I disagree because I think Bruno Fernandes is the heir to Ozil.
Abdul.
Nah, man, it's not on the same level, man.
No. He's capping.
Cancelo's a better number 10 than Bruno. Bro.
Yes,
Cancelo.
yes, he is. Yes, no, he's, and that's real. That's real.
But to be fair, I've got to be honest. I haven't watched much of Ozil. Like when I used to be, because when I used to be like younger, I only watched my team and who we played. I never watched any other team, so I never really watched Ozil like that, and especially not when he played for Arsenal, because I don't really spend my weekend watching Arsenal.
When did you start watching football?
I started watching football in 2006 until 2010, and then I took a big break.
Wait, Z-Man, how old are you?
Me?
No,
that's Abdul.
I'm 23. I'm 23.
Oh,
23. Hey, yo,
okay.
me too. What the heck?
Yeah,
man.
So so I never I never really watched him. Like 18, honestly, bro, we didn't have cable to the Prem like back then, and not just that.
Okay. So didn't you watch the 2010 World Cup?
I'm too young. It's been 12 years ago. I was like 12. I was like 12 when that happened. So I can't remember much.
You just remember 12. If you said okay, you were 6 or 7, 12. Come on.
I was 12 in 2010.
No. So okay. So you're saying that you didn't watch the World Cup, or you just don't remember?
I did watch it, but I don't remember it vividly. You feel me?
That's only 10 years ago, bro.
It's 12 years ago.
Nah. I could barely remember what I did yesterday, though. Like,
what did you eat? What did you eat last week,
Last week I ate pasta with red pesto and fish.
Yeah, I mean you eat that every day, so that's easy.
There you go.
No. But in all jokes aside, I've seen his. I don't know. I follow this Ozil things on Twitter, and this guy, he posts about Ozil every day, and from the looks of it, I don't really see, because I'm guessing this guy popped off at Real Madrid. That's why he's so hyped, because
he was extremely good for Real Madrid.
Yeah, because I never saw what he really done at Arsenal to make him really stand out.
No. Don't judge him for Arsenal.
Don't judge him for Arsenal, man.
Yeah, and that's the problem. Honestly, I'm not gonna you have to move on from me because I didn't watch him at Real Madrid. I'm just gonna be honest.
All right, let me come to Ozil, your boy who played for your boys, man. How was he appreciated, not appreciated, and why doesn't football have a role for a guy like an Ozil and so forth?
Ozil was definitely a very, very good player for us. There was the 11-12 season where I think he and Cristiano are basically just playing with each other, like pass, goal, like on the counter attack every single time. And I always say Ozil is responsible for a fifth of Cristiano's goals. I know he may not have assisted a fifth of them, but he's responsible for a fifth of them because his creativity for those 3 seasons that they played together, it was just there was nothing like it. I've never seen 2 players link up like that before, that were not like a striker partnerships, and even striker partnerships. I've never seen anything like that, where a guy literally can pass without looking, and he knows where the other guy is. So it was, and not only with Cristiano, he was also getting those assists for Benzema, Higuain. But what we need to talk about is why there is no spot for that kind of player anymore. And that's because the middle of the park is just simply more crowded and has more energy and just more pressing. These number 10s, they relied on having a little bit of space to thread the pass forward to their strikers. They relied on having that tiny bit of space behind them. Now they will always have a DM right on their back. So you either need to play deeper or you need to be playing some other position, which is why now creativity comes from the wingback positions and the wingers, because there's more space there.
Or the inside forwards. Yeah.
Exactly, and the inside forwards. So a lot of players that were playing that would be meant to be playing the cam position are actually playing fullbacks right now. Trent Alexander-Arnold would make a decent central attacking midfielder. Robertson would make a decent attacking midfielder. Carvajal and Marcelo would make excellent attacking midfield. Carvajal a bit less. Marcelo would be a genius attacking midfielder.
Cancelo.
And Cancelo as well. Same thing with Neymar. He has played in that free role before.
And this is the issue that I have. If you're saying that someone like Trent, see, Marcelo is my guy, but let's use Trent. See, if you're saying that Trent is now the replacement for a guy like Ozil, I think that is sad. No offense to Trent, because I think what Trent does is amazing. But when you watch Trent, is that something that as a player you would admire from a footballing point of view? If you look at whether it's a Totti, whether it's a Snyder, whether it's an Iniesta or so forth, or an Ozil, there is a lot more to admire in terms of the kind of artistry that they're doing in the middle of the pitch.
Maybe Trent's also a bad example because he's not as good as dribbling as the other ones. But I think, look at wingers even right now, right? So I think it's a lot to do with that in the middle, there's just more energy. Like you can't play an attacking midfielder against a Kante or like against a peak Kante. He will just always be on their backs and never let them have any space.
Like the whole point is that you can turn, but like turning is so difficult now. When there's always just imagine, you play football. Try turning when you have one person in your back and another person covering on the other side. Like it's not you're not going to do anything. So that's why now the striker is actually the one that comes back, because he can actually operate in spaces where the midfielders, they're already covering the other midfielders, but the striker now comes away from the center backs, so then he can actually have a small turn and maybe release the inside forwards or the wingers. That's now that's why the striker is now becoming more of the can. You see that in Benzema now. You see that in how Lewandowski used to plays now. You see that in the way that what's his name for City, that City plays with their inside forward, or that with their false nines.
No, but let me ask you this, Christo. Are you saying that in Pep's system, or even for Barcelona, and Ozil can't work? Because you look at Ilkay Gundogan, you look at Bernardo Silva, and so those are guys in the middle that still provide and thread passes through the center.
He can't work.
No. Wait, sorry, say it again?
Oh, no. So you look at guys like, I know that Cancelo says what's up from the flag and so forth, but what about Ilkay Gundogan? What about Bernardo Silva and so forth? I say that Ozil can't fit into what Pep does.
I mean, that's what I say. He could. It's not about that kind of player is gone. That kind of player still exists. It's just that they're not playing in that position right there. Because that position, because now football is more about
strictly
positions.
the number 10. Yeah,
it's strictly just that position. It's difficult to operate in because you have no space, because it's about positional play now rather than one-on-one defending, where you can lose your marker easier.
Z-Man, talk to me. Ozil, Brazil.
Yeah, man, this guy's like when I think of Ozil, I just think of a player that can deliver that final ball. Just unlocks the defense. That was his trademark. Just those through passes that would just absolutely destroy a whole defense. And he was, particularly at Real Madrid, man. What I remember of him at Real Madrid is that this guy was like, I remember one season he was averaging like 20 assists, and he was absolutely destroying it. He was just able to read Cristiano Ronaldo's runs, and you could tell, man, Cristiano Ronaldo was really upset when he left to Arsenal. I remember articles coming out about that.
That's the thing, though. Like, because I've forgotten, why did he leave from Real to Arsenal? Though, why did that happen?
Yeah,
I think he had a fallout with someone. I'm not sure.
No, it's because they wanted Bale, so they had to sell someone. I think.
Oh yeah, they had one of Bale.
Yeah, but my thing is that Arsenal deal made no sense to me, because someone of his caliber and his talent level.
Why? See, that's the thing, because I was doing a video for the members and so forth, and I said to myself that at a point he was the best number 10 in the world. How the hell did the best number 10 in the world end up at Arsenal? And yes, I meant to cause offense. That makes no sense.
No, but you have to remember, at that point, Arsenal were actually close to winning the league 2-3 times.
Casey,
He said it himself. He said it himself that he wanted to be coached under Arsene Wenger.
Yeah, because Arsene Wenger called him up. He was really intensifying wanting him. Like, again, Ozil was averaging like 20 or more assists a season for Real Madrid, and I believe he was there for only 3 seasons and whatnot. And this guy was like their main playmaker. So if he wanted to go anywhere, he could go anywhere. To be honest with you, with the caliber of like talent he is, and just in terms of creating chances, even for Arsenal, his first like couple of months, this guy was like godly in the EPL, bro. He was absolutely, but he was dealing with a brick. Giroud, man, Giroud was a brick. Oh my god, the amount of chances.
Because I think that's what someone said. They said like, what's it? Because I put it on Twitter. Someone said like, if not for Giroud, Ozil would have broken the assist.
Yeah, he had a spell when he didn't score for like I think 16 games or something like that. Yeah, so it was This isn't less than one league.
It just shows that like, as that kind of number 10 creator, you are literally at the behest of who is your finisher. You know.
Yeah.
Because it's like, especially if you're creating good quality chance, like people said the same thing about Pogba. That Pogba would have had so many more assists if Ibrahimovic had actually put away a lot of those chances that he gave him. So.
Yeah, and to be fair, man, the criticism also is you
Luxury
chose
player.
Arsenal, you stayed there for quite a while, and you didn't necessarily deliver that much with them. He was off and on type of player. So then the question became like, listen, then this guy became an international merchant. He had to deliver something for his international team because he's definitely not getting anything from Arsenal,
No.
aside from a couple of FA Cups and whatnot. So he delivered. I mean, this guy was integral to that German side, and then you just look at it, and I don't know. The fallout between him and Germany was quite interesting, but there was a fallout, and you seen that this guy he was just on the decline. He was severely on the decline, and that coincided with like the number 10s being on a decline. And I believe that majority of number 10s in the modern era, they're turned into like interior midfielders, which is like number like 8. You have to have some amount of work rate in the modern
De
in
Bruyne
the
is the
modern
perfect
game.
example.
Yeah, you have to have certain amount of work ethic in the modern game, especially in the middle of the park.
So
I mean,
basically, KDB is to blame for all this.
nah, that's just the evolution of like just tactics and whatnot. Because let's be honest, bro, Liverpool won it just using hardworking midfielders. Just industrialized
Yeah,
midfielders.
Klopp ruined it. Klopp ruined football. I ain't gonna lie.
No, this so when it came to the number 10, it became a thing of like you have to track back. You have to do some amount of tracking back. You have to contribute defensively, and that's what's expected of you. And I don't know if Ozil, I don't know, I don't know if a young Ozil would. I think a young Ozil would probably have to adapt his game, but I think he would. But that Ozil that was at Arsenal, that guy was like he wasn't,
and I
wasn't
think
playing
that's the
top flight
key thing
football.
is that I don't think football has any space for specialists.
Yeah.
Where it's like your main function is this, and you're a specialist as this. Because we attack as a team, we all defend as a team. So everybody needs to be. So there's no case of like, no, this guy, like, you're not going to tell Totti to now track back and now starts to now be running and so forth. But he's so good at what he does, and he's such a specialist at what he does. You're like, no, we can make up for your deficiencies because we know what you can provide for us going forward. But in today's day and age, you cannot have an Ozil where you don't press and defend with us. And
yeah,
I think,
it's all yeah.
Yeah,
Sorry.
But based on this,
Can I speak on this?
And to be honest with you, to be honest with you, when it comes to like midfielders in the modern era, just what's considered like top elite class midfielders.
How many good quality technically midfielders do we have right now?
There's many.
Over 35.
There's many.
Yeah.
Not as much, but there
Marco?
are.
Thiago, Thiago,
Bernardo.
Yes.
Ronaldo, technically. So no,
Pedri.
but he's still young.
I've still said Pogba though. I've still said Pogba, but even though he hasn't.
Yeah, in terms of talent, but
yeah.
Barella as well.
But one thing in the middle of the park is like one thing that he had aside from his assists is just that calmness. Like that calmness that composure, calmness. Like it's starting to like I don't see that much calmness in like a bunch of midfielders in the modern era. Like that ability just to stay calm under pressure and just stay cool.
See, this is what I don't understand. People say, okay, the game can suit him and so forth because it's different. This is still a skill-based sport. And if you're extremely good at a very important skill, which is creativity and passing, there should always be a place for you. And if I'm a manager, I'm like, okay, what are your positives are so important for my team, I can make up for your deficiencies. So, okay, fine, you can't trap or you can't press, cool. Do what you can. I'm going to have guys to support you. But you are so important to helping me win games by you creating for my strikers and my inside forwards. I've got to have you on my team.
But we had an experiment last season for this. James Rodriguez played for Everton, and it flopped. Carlo did everything.
It's Everton.
But still, Carlo did everything to suit James.
No, but James didn't play
after
badly,
2 months,
though.
he flopped.
He didn't really flop. No, it started off pretty well.
How bad was James? Because I saw some of those games.
James
How bad was he?
After 2 months, it was horrible.
No. HH, can it also be a case of like if you're playing in the Ozil role, which is like usually you're hovering behind the striker, you're number 10. If in that role, I think it'll be much harder to build your team around instead of a striker that doesn't track back compared to a number 10 that doesn't track back. because you're going to have to compensate somehow. And that just leaves an area where teams can exploit in terms of space, just in terms of generating chances from there and having the ball in those type of areas. Because if you have a number 10 there, that's pretty hard to compensate for that position. So that's a huge gap. It's different from like compensating for like a winger that doesn't track back, or compensating for a striker that doesn't track back. Because you could build around that. That's on the top, but when it's like close to the midfield area, that might serve as a problem in the modern game.
All right. So before I come to your boy Eminence, and I know some of the guys want to speak, and I'll come to you other guys. Let me just hit some of these debates, man. Shout out to Daddy Oos, who says, working on my PhD while is watching HD TV. Wow. Hashtag levels. Daddy Oos, that's amazing, man. Shout out to Alps. Zeman has a nice voice because he spits facts. Oh.
Thank you, man. Thanks, man.
I mean, Zeman said that Arsenal was going to get top 4, you know.
Thanks.
Yeah, so did he say Arsenal would get top 4, Zeman?
Yeah, I remember
when did that happen? When did that happen?
2 weeks ago.
All right, I'm just wanting to know.
I don't remember that, man.
Satopo Musa, to be honest, football is cyclical. The 10s will eventually come back. Yes. Right now, they've just been replaced by playmaking 8 since coaches are more demanding of two-way players. Big up each of the panel. Big up. This is my view on strikers. Remember, for so long, we didn't have any strikers. It's all about, inside forwards, false nines. We're now seeing Charles Darwin say what's up. We're now seeing Haaland come through and so forth. So I do feel that we're now going to be seeing the return of the striker and the return of that classic number 9. So I just think that we're just going to come through a stage where we're not going to, in a way, 4-4-2 is slowly creeping back. Slowly and surely, 4-4-2 is creeping back. Yeah, in a small way, it's creeping back. I don't think that 4-2 will now come back, because I think you have to just look at what is the talent now coming through. And you have to say, okay, this is the talent now coming through, and now certain players now maybe fit this number 10 position.
Yeah. But the 4-4-2, you would need to produce an abundant amount of like strikers and shadow strikers.
Which is what I think more of those guys will come. More of those guys are going to come back. Your boy Lowe says, trust me, Odegaard will be the next type of Ozil. You're on drugs. You're on drugs. Lowe says, Ozil was outstanding, but off the ball, he was bad.
Yeah.
If a guy is so good on the ball and gives you so much, you can make up for his deficiencies off the ball. Trust me. And see, that's how I view it. I'm not one of those guys that says, oh, no, everybody must be amazing off the ball. No, if you are highly exceptional with the ball, I can make up for your deficiencies off the ball. That's how I think. Talents FC. Number 10s gets your midfield outnumbered 3 versus 2. Hashtag track. Oh, Lord. Eminence, talk to me, bro. And then I'll come to Dragon.
You know what, HH, for me, like, Ozil is a player where you have to give him the freedom to express himself. Like,
he's a luxury player.
Yeah. Any player as good as Ozil, you need to give him the freedom to do what he wants to do. It's not like you say, oh, you have to track back, you have to follow it. Like, nah. Just give him the freedom to, because he's so good on the ball, and he can make something out of nothing. You have to give him the freedom to spend. And what you have with modern football nowadays is that teams like Man City, Liverpool, the systems are so like, there's specific roles that you have to do in the team. Where I feel like Ozil wouldn't really fit into those systems where you have to like track your runners, you have to do this, you have it's all about discipline nowadays. And I feel like that's not really Ozil's game. You have to give him the freedom to actually do what he wants to do. And I feel there. So for me, I don't know if that's ever going to come back where players get the freedom to express themselves.
Why not? So it's that you don't think it will ever come back where?
No, I'm saying I'm not sure if managers are willing to, because the managers have egos in it. So I'm not sure if they're willing to say into a player, you know what, do what you want to do. Like, just go out there and express yourself.
You just hit a very key point. And I think this is the issue we now have in football now. As I said again, the manager right now is a superstar. And right now, when teams win, the main guy that now gets the praise is the manager, because everybody plays into the system. And you see, if you have specialists, the specialist would always get the praise rather than the manager. So I think what you now have is that because it's all about systems now rather than individuals and specialists, it's the manager that's now the main superstar and so forth. Because if you have an Ozil in your team, he's a specialist, which means that he operates outside of your system and everything is focused on his talents. But whether it's a De Bruyne, so if you look at now, see, I think Bernardo Silva is for sure City's best player. But he's so buried in Pep's system we actually have an argument. Like Zima, remember, we have that argument where guys say, oh no, it's De Bruyne, oh no, it's Bernardo, it's Bruno, it's Bernardo. But because his system is so profound and so forth, it doesn't allow individuals to be like, no, this guy stands out and he is amazing at doing this one particular skill, because everything is just that the system that everyone falls on.
Yeah. And that's why you see with someone like Grealish right now with Man City, even though it's his first season, Grealish at Aston Villa, you gave him the freedom to express himself, and he was
the guy. Yeah.
So, but now at Man City, he has to follow instructions, and obviously that's not his game. So, yeah, that's the problem I have nowadays with football, man.
Dragon, talk to me. Ozil.
Can you hear me?
I hear something squeaking. I don't know what that is behind the door.
I dropped something. I have a question for you first. Start bench cut. Ozil, Pogba, De Bruyne. Start bench cut, please, for me.
So De Bruyne gets cut. I start Pogba and I bench Ozil.
Are you talking the primes?
Primes,
yeah.
Primes, yeah.
That's crazy.
I start Pogba, I bench De Bruyne, and
that's
I cut.
Blasphemous.
No, sorry. I start Pogba, I bench Ozil, and I cut De Bruyne.
You can't be starting Pogba.
And this is why. Pogba, remember, this is the guys at the very best. He gives me so much all around. But if I'm in a position where the game, I'm losing the game, or I need to get back in the game, I can bring Ozil on when guys are tired to deliver that key through ball. De Bruyne is useless to me. I have no use for it.
No, but Ozil starts though, man. No, wouldn't like
Pogba starts.
Ozil is the definition of like just creating chances.
It's close. It's close between Pogba and Ozil to start. It's very close. Yeah.
I'll take Pogba. He can do more.
No. But you can look at both ways, because you can say I start Ozil. If thing is tough, Pogba can come and actually get me that goal. I really turn the kind of, because Pogba is an impact player. And if I'm losing, I need a goal back, Pogba can come and have an instant impact either through a goal or making a key pass. So you can.
I think we had that debate on the members thing.
Actually, no. It may make more sense bringing Pogba. But yeah, that's my thing. But De Bruyne, get the guy the hell out of here. Get the guy the hell out of here. So.
Come on, show some respect to KDB, man.
Ozil, yeah. I admire Ozil as a player. I'm 19 years old, so my first.
You're 19.
Yeah, I'm 19. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. The first I started watching football, like my first World Cup was the 2010 World Cup, and I remember that World Cup. And I remember Germany had all these young players, and I remember that black kit. And I remember like Ozil, Muller coming onto the scene, and they beat England, I think 4-1, something like that.
4-1. No, they put 4 goals past 3 different teams. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think Argentina as well.
Yes, Argentina and Australia.
Yeah, and I remember Ozil scored this wonder goal in that World Cup.
Against Australia. I think against Australia. Crazy goal, yeah.
Yeah, and my first I started watching club football 2011 times. So I remember Ozil. So I remember Ozil at his prime, at Real Madrid, and he was the best number 10 in the world by far. Like Ozil at his best is probably one of the most creative players of all time. Like his statistics between 2010 and 2015.
Okay. Let's get real. In terms of creativity, pure creativity, streets. Let's get real. Let's see. I think we've been a bit too safe right now. Let's not get real.
Questions, huh?
Let's go to let's ask the tough, uncomfortable questions.
I didn't know where you're gonna go.
At their best, most creative: Ozil, Iniesta, Messi.
I would say Messi, Ozil, Iniesta.
I think you got that answer.
Different positions though.
No. But for me, the reason I'll say Messi is because his dribbling creates different scenarios.
No. Purely.
No, but creativity can come from dribbling.
No.
Because you can attract.
No. What's creativity? Because creativity
is creating scenarios for other teammates.
No. Okay.
Creating space. That's what I.
Let me define it. Purely creating chances for other players. So putting other players in goal-scoring situations.
Ozil's definitely one of the best.
This is tough. This is tough.
I would say.
So this is purely on the skill of precision passing.
This is
tough. It's tough.
That's it.
No, it's Messi. It's Messi.
Yeah, it's Messi.
Is it?
It's
Messi though. Is it Messi though?
It is.
Messi. Look at the range of passes he's actually done.
Take dribbling. I don't want to hear anything about dribbling or
No, I'm talking about passing only. Yeah, Messi.
Creative passing for other guys.
Messi.
Yeah,
Ozil's above Iniesta though. Ozil's above Iniesta though. He's above
Dennis
Iniesta.
Bergkamp.
No,
I
he's not.
don't think
He is,
Ozil
yes,
is
he is, yes, he
crazy.
is.
I think
even think that.
Ozil was a
It's
more
Dennis
creative
Bergkamp.
player.
I think
than
I'm leaning
Iniesta.
towards
No,
Ozil.
Iniesta was a more
Dragon,
creative player because
Iniesta,
the whole
okay,
point
okay,
of
Chris, some
creativity.
stuff.
No, I remember
Yeah,
Iniesta, but in terms of
no,
creativity,
no, but my
his
thing is,
statistics were
Wait, hold
mind-boggling.
on. Let
no, no,
Dragon
no,
land,
no,
Dragon land, let
no.
Dragon land, let Dragon
Okay,
land,
go
Dragon
ahead.
land,
Go
Dragon
ahead,
land.
Dre.
Guys need to remember peak Ozil, like his statistics, they were on par with like Messi, like for the top most assists, most chances created every single season. Like his weight of pass, his through balls, and his crossing was elite. Like he was the best number 10 in the world. When Mourinho had that Madrid, he was like the main creative player, and they scored all those goals. And like Ozil, of all time, he's one of the most creative players of all time. Even for Arsenal, his first 2 seasons were good. He should have broke the assist record, but they had a bummer striker called Giroud who scored no goals at the World Cup. But if they had a competent striker, then he would have broke the assist record. But I think he made the wrong move to the wrong club. He should have gone to a different team, and then maybe he would have had a better club career post Madrid. But the reason why there's no number 10s is one reason and only, and one person only, and the guy is called I Broke Football. That guy, Pep Guardiola, it's his fault. There's no number 10s, and I'll explain why.
Why?
Because pre Pep, the teams that were winning the Champions League either played 4-4-2 or like a diamond, like the Milan teams. They played a diamond or 4-4-2. And then when Pep at his prime at Barcelona, the other teams, if I can remember, they would play a 4-2-3-1. And in a diamond and a 4-4-2, you can have a player like Ozil who can play the support striker / number 10. But then when Pep came into management, he got rid of that. He started playing 2 8s who were more mobile, press resistant, and better dribbling, which doesn't suit players like James, Isco, Ozil, those type of players. And post Pep's Barcelona, if you look at the teams now, modern day, there's no room for that. Midfielders need to be high fitness levels, and they need to be good dribblers and press resistant. And play number 10s now either more hybrid box to box midfielders like a De Bruyne, Bernardo Silva, or their wingers like inverted wingers like Neymar, someone like that. But I blame Pep for there being no number 10s.
That's interesting. That's interesting. Let me come to your boy Barry, man. Barry, what's your take on this whole thing?
I'm gonna first speak about like Ozil, the player, and everything, and then after. Okay, so Ozil, I remember seeing him at the 2010 World Cup. I mean, I watched it live, but like the first time that I watched football was like the 02 World Cup, but I didn't watch it live. It was more deep and easy and everything. Yeah, I remember seeing him like the way, because I think that Ozil a little bit off topic, like when we compare basketball and football, I think he's like kind of like the Penny Hardaway of football, because I think that they're kind of similar where they get into their spots, they have an eye for attack, they can easily see what's going on, they can read the game so easily, they have the calmness, and they can execute the pass or the distribution to their teammates. And yeah, him and Cristiano, it was a deadly partnership. It was like amongst like the best partnerships in world football, alongside like the three-headed horse with Messi, Iniesta, Xavi, and Robbery and Robin. That was kind of the best partnerships that you could have in the world. And yeah, I think he fell off a little bit because like no disrespect to Arsenal, but I think that sometimes when you look at a number 10 and how he can work for a team, I think sometimes you have to give him like the quality that he needs to really execute his abilities at the max and really produce for the team. And I don't think that Arsenal necessarily gave him that, even though that they kind of were in the title run these previous years. I don't think that they were kind of close to City, Liverpool, or even Man United before their downfall. So yeah, and I think that we don't necessarily have like number 10s. I think most of the guys said it's like the managers, like this new era of managers, like creating systems and everything. I'm not necessarily a fan of that because I think that football, yes, managers are important. I think you need personalities and maybe geniuses in that aspect, but I think that football is more about the players. I don't I don't see Pep doing dribbling players and scoring goals. It's De Bruyne, Mahrez, or Foden. Mourinho, great manager, but I also think that sometimes I just want the players to express themselves more, and maybe that era was like 10 years ago or even 15. But yeah, it is what it is, and yeah, Ozil, great player. I think He still has a very good legacy for his run at Real Madrid and what he did for Germany, and yeah, made a lot of money and has a lot of opportunities in that.
You see, one thing I'll say that before I come to Rob is that, and then Rob and I'll come to you, Mohammed, is if you give me Ozil and Cristiano, I can win pretty much any game. If you give me peak Ozil and peak Cristiano, I can build whatever foundation around, and I can almost guarantee that I can almost win almost every game, because that's I don't know how you can get a better recipe than that. A master creator, a master finisher. So my thing is that you said, oh no, we have to have guys that do this whole Gaga press and so forth. Okay, that's all well and good, but what is the aim of the game? The aim of the game is to win. Because if I build a team where I have like two destroyers who are there to pretty much compensate for Ozil's defensive deficiencies, and once these guys get the ball, give that ball to Ozil, and Ozil, you find Cristiano. And if you put Cristiano in a good goal scoring position, 9 times out of 10 that ball is going to enter into that net. That's recipe. So for me, I don't care what Pep says or so forth. You can't evolve beyond that recipe of a strong foundation, key destroys in midfield to break the game down. Give that ball to Ozil. Ozil find Cristiano. Cristiano put that ball in that net.
You know what's interesting? I feel like Ozil, out of all teams, would probably suit a team like Chelsea.
Oh yeah,
like, if anything,
Chelsea Jose, right?
Yeah, with no. I'm talking about even this current version of Chelsea. I feel like Thomas Tuchel will probably find the most use of him.
No, it's because we need a finisher to begin with, but
no, there's no way.
If Chelsea had a case, relax. If Chelsea had a cold-blooded finisher and you put Ozil,
yeah,
because Chelsea have no creators, so there's no point in putting Ozil in this team if you're giving it to a Havertz, a Lukaku, or something, because you can't counter them to score. But if you have a key clinical finisher, let's see, clinical finisher, Ozil, I'm sorry, that's a recipe for success. Because my thing is that Ozil's ability to deliver a key pass, that doesn't get worse in age. What gets worse in age is how you can run your physicality. But your vision and your technical ability to pass the ball, that never leaves you. That never leaves. Really, Ozil is a guy who can play till he's like 35 or even 40. Because his main thing is not predicated on his physicality, it's his skill. So I think people are missing a trick in like, no, if you build a right team and you put Ozil there, he can help you. So let me come to your boy Rob. Rob, talk to me. Ozil.
Yes, I think that also on his day was a great player, but I also think that at Arsenal, for example, he was very inconsistent. Like his lack of work rate was very worrying and very bad for Arsenal, because he was coasting through games a lot of the time. He was very lazy, and that was all down to him and not necessarily down to Arsenal. And that's one of the many reasons why they eventually let him go. So I think.
So Robert, are you saying that every player has to have a high work rate and must have a high work rate off the ball?
Well, definitely, if you want to stay at a certain level, if you want to be at a very high level, if you want to be consistently great, because if you lack work rate, you will decline very quickly, or you will not be very useful a lot of the time. You will be like a luxury player if you lack work rate.
So but my thing is not, is it so bad having a luxury player? That's my thing.
As a starter, might be a problem.
As a starter,
yeah, I think the modern game has killed off the idea of a luxury player. The modern game has changed to like where everybody has to just have legs. Like, so you could be creative, but even with David Silva, he was covering ground. Bernardo, those kind of guys. Even Kevin De Bruyne, he's very quick across the ground and defensively, and as well creative.
No, but because did you do the best example? The best example I can think of it is like the quarterback in NFL.
Yeah,
that guy, his only job is to create. That's it.
But,
To throw the ball at
it's,
integrity. And that guy doesn't get stuck into the whole rigmarole because remember, his guys are there to stop people from getting to him. And then his main thing is to try and execute that ball to a guy to score that
Yes, but that's very different.
So from Ozil is that why can't you have a guy who I specialize in creating for that guy to go and score? So all of you guys help and support me through defensively win the ball.
Okay,
Once you win
but
the ball,
double-edged.
give me the ball, and I'm going to give you that ball to that dude to help us win. Because guys, at the end of the day, it's about winning the freaking game. If you have a guy who can greatly help you win the game, why don't you make up for his deficiencies?
No, but it's not that simple because you got to think of it like in terms of what value am I going to get out of this player and what am I subtracting from my team? Especially if you're a top tier team that have certain players that are work rates. They might not be as skillful as the final touch, but
Zeman,
they create
my question
chances.
so the question is, how highly do you value Ozil's creativity? I think we all agree that Ozil has incredible, amazing creativity and one of the best visions we've ever seen. So if he has such high creativity, I believe that it's a mix up for whatever you can't have defensively.
No, I still think the deficiencies that he would leave in the middle of the park are just too massive for certain teams to look over, especially in top flight football. I just feel like with a player like him, there's nobody that's going to surround an all defensive out team because that's what you're asking. You're asking everyone to work harder around him so he can be on the ball, so he can track less. And it's just like it's not worth it for a person who plays central. Who plays near the midfield to the attacking position. So it becomes to the point where you wouldn't necessarily invest in a player like that unless he's like a off the bench type of player. That's the only time you would. I think majority of teams would compensate for him.
Now comes to boy Case. What do you say about the Ozil?
See, I actually agree with you. Ozil, if you're just talking about a proper cam, just a number 10. See, Messi is an alien. He's number 1 at almost everything.
Yeah.
So just leave it there.
Yeah.
If a proper cam, right, I think 2010 proved that he is the best number 10 in the world. Barring, of course, Messi. In that World Cup, right, I always repeat it, like, he destroyed those two frauds by the name of Fat Frank and Slippy G.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah. But the issue with Ozil is Thomas Muller. Thomas Muller is not a good dribbler, but I think he might be a bit better passer than Ozil in certain situations. Might be. But Thomas Muller is smarter than Ozil, works harder than Ozil, and his movement is much better than Ozil. So number 10 like him still works. With Ozil, the issue is, I think Dragon explained it perfectly. Lep in 29, he did destroy football, whether you like it or not. Double H. People talk about Messi, he doesn't track back now, but in 29, that guy was a press merchant. Messi used to press like a psychopath. Entire Barcelona team used to press. I have never seen a single Pep Guardiola team that hasn't pressed. So what used to happen is that Messi was the false 9, and you had already 3 midfielders, and Dani Alves used to come in. So now you have 5 midfielders, basically. How will a number 10 work against this? Think about it. How will you play a number 10 against this? You're dead.
So basically, so you're saying now we live in a world where everybody has to press.
Yeah.
So if you're a player right now,
if Lionel Messi has to press, so does Ozil.
Yeah,
Look at Messi's pressing stats from 29 to 2011 under Pep.
So
Bro,
you can hate Pep all you want, man, but he did destroy football. He absolutely destroyed the number 10 role, and he kind of sort of destroyed a sitting striker also.
Yeah, I think it went hand in hand. I think Pep destroyed two positions. Case is right. Pep destroyed the striker and the number 10.
Yeah.
Because remember, Del Piero and Trezeguet, or Del Piero and Vialli, Snyder and Milito, obviously like Ozil and Cristiano. Like that number 10
I think
was Pep the striker.
He got the confidence from Messi, because Messi was such an alien player. He knew that he can actually work as a central midfielder, and a striker.
Messi was a cheat.
So that's why that false 9 actually worked. Because Messi could actually score goals, unlike the false 9 Pep uses now.
The thing about it is that Messi is a cheat code. or specifically then he was a cheat, because as Case just says, Messi was a guy who could do different roles at a very high level. You see, Messi's like, yeah, I'll be the number 10, and I can also be a goal scorer as well, and I can also be a false defender. So he played the roles so extremely well to such a high level. You didn't have to have a guy who was specifically a specialist. So he was a specialist at different roles. Normally, you have a specialist at one role, but if you have a guy is a specialist at different roles,
then the 2010 and 2012 Spain team came. Striker in 2012, I don't know who was the main striker in that team. It was all midfielders.
David Villa.
But
Spain.
No. 2012.
No,
they
Fabregas.
No. 2012 was Fabregas as a.
Fabregas plays full.
They're midfielders. All of them midfielders basically now.
They
They're
have
playing
like
with
5
midfielders.
number 10s, and so forth. Yeah.
So they basically prove you don't need a striker, you don't need a number 10. You just need a bunch of midfielders to win a Euros. It's not a joke.
Here's the thing, though, because for me, with every system, that's which is why I find it's complete bullcrap of how, this system is so good, let's all copy it. Every system has a plus and a minus. Okay, you're going to press me, cool. We're now going to be able to have a guy who has good composure of the ball. Once we now hit that ball over, because if you press, you leave space behind you.
But
so if you can find that ball beyond you and get that ball to an Ozil, Ozil, you now have all the space to execute.
But here you have to look at. But here you have to look at your boy Zidane also. He also destroyed the number 10, and he destroyed James Rodriguez.
Yeah.
Zidane didn't like James Rodriguez. He liked his midfield.
Yeah, he wanted.
If anything, you have to blame Pep, Zidane, and to some extent Klopp also.
Yeah, and Klopp as well.
Yeah, you have to go with the times, man.
Yeah, it's just a change of the guard, man, and it seems like Ozil doesn't fit.
It's the hard yards era. It's the hard yards and knee slides era, bro. Like that's what it is.
Yeah, I mean Henderson won the Champions League as a main integral part of a midfield.
So let me take some debates before I come to some of you other guys who want to probably come in and say a few things, man. Let me just get these debates. So, shout out to your boy English Talents FC, who says flirting, Ozil, 0 CLs, 1 La Liga, harassment, Bex, 1 and 1 La Liga. Talents FC, don't you dare compare David Beckham to Ozil.
He's forgetting something. That World Cup thing. Bex, I don't think even reached the semi-final. That system
never.
merchant, that cross spammer.
No.
1990s Trent Alexander-Arnold.
Bex is the most overrated football
Bex
player of all time.
Wood-Prowse. Would you say that, Casey? Bex Wood-Prowse.
Yeah, honestly though, don't you think Fergie would have won the treble with Ward-Prowse?
Yeah, he would have. He would have. Also, so shout out your boy Alps. Oh, wow. So shout out your boy Alps, man. Who says HH on that Disney Plus football doesn't work like that. It's a team game. If one person doesn't track back or press, the other team will put 7 past you.
That's facts. That's facts.
No.
In the modern game, that's facts, man.
For me, there are different ways. That's why it's called strategy. There is not one way to succeed. There are several ways to succeed. I believe that I can build a team where I have a luxury player and other guys who now help out defensively, and that my luxury player can be key in me winning a game. You can't tell me that there's only one way to play that. Oh no, everybody has to now defend the team and attack as a team. No, that can be a very successful way. There are many other ways to win.
But the last guy to win against such kind of a team was Uncle Moo in 2010.
Uncle Moo.
After that, I haven't seen a single team win against a 4-3-3.
But Bayern don't really have a number 10.
But yeah,
Muller is a hard yards merchant.
Bayern is different.
Can I add something to that though?
Yeah. Barrett, you want to ask something?
Yeah, but do you think that like a guy like Cristiano, even though like after 2014 he was not necessarily the same kind of footballer that he was, because he is so good at just that one thing, and it can change like the philosophy of many games that he gets himself into. Like that's why I was saying like maybe he can just like build a team around. That's what Real Madrid good at.
No. Hold up, Barrett could be onto something. I want to know stats merchants. What are Cristiano's pressing stats lately? Right now.
No,
He
they are very
presses
good.
more.
Cristiano also used to press a lot. Cristiano also used to press a
Yeah,
lot.
he
Not
used to
now.
be pressing
Messi and
machine.
No, but
Cristiano
he
don't
still
press
presses
anymore.
more
But
than Rash Bandicoot, bro. He still presses
yeah,
more than Rash Bandicoot.
Yeah,
not a,
Rashford is
see, you can
serving
you can
presence
say anything you want about
right now
CR7,
on
but
the
hard
bench.
work is one thing you can't complain about.
Shout out to your boy. Shout out to the Blue Slate. Breaking. According to Gazzetta Italy, Inter President Steven Zang has agreed a 10 million loan fee for Lukaku.
Those guys reliable. Are they reliable though?
Oh no. Like
For Italian news, they are. For Italian
I
news, they are.
think it was someone sent me something for no now what it is, but I think Absolute Chelsea and so forth who are semi-reliable. They said that it's pretty much all it's almost all done. Look, man, I think it's a move that has to be made. I said it's a move that has to be made. So look, as I said again, look.
But if he scores like 15, 16 goals against in that league, then
then nothing because of Chiro Immobile.
Then they buy him fully.
No. Romeo Martinez, man.
Chiro
that's his dad.
Hamza
no, Martinez might be going to Tottenham.
Wait, hold on.
So his dad is leaving him again.
So hold on. So Ozil's creative stats were only near Messi's because Messi had the responsibility of goal scoring and attacking his entire career. See, I told you, Messi is a freak of nature, which is why I said that you can't compare Messi and Cristiano as footballers. As goal scorers, yes. As footballers, nobody compares to Messi because
Havoc
scores high goals and high passes.
Havoc, I usually don't like when you slander Pep for winning it with Messi, but when I was watching like some of those old games, Messi as false nine, you can actually credit Pep for like using him that way, but he hasn't been ever able to use any player like that, like he used Messi.
Casey,
that was a cheat
conversation.
Code,
it's a cheat code. Hence why I said when I said that Messi gave life to Pep realized that I'm sorry, you're a bit fraudulent. I'm going to give you some thought. You had a cheat code. Because Messi did so much of the work for homework because a lot of these games that Pep didn't win, Messi would find a way.
Yes,
he'd either find a key pass or he'd score himself. And because you don't have that cheat code, people are like, what do I do now?
And he can't hack it with KDB. It's not the same no more.
KDB ain't that dude, bro. Messi was a freaking cheat code. So how good are you when you can't succeed in use it with that cheat code? Uncomfortable conversations. Internet FC, LC, Stevie G UCL, Lamps UCL, Mount UCL, Ozil.
World Cup.
No, that's a red card. That's red card. No. That's red card. No, you can't bring Mount and Ozil in the same sentence.
I know. It's disgusting. Actually, I mean, what's it called? Talents FC. Yeah. I mean, you can't.
That's a yellow.
That's a yellow. Mohammed, talk to me. The Zil.
First of all, shout out the homie Wharton Rosario, bro. Shout out Wharton Rosario, bro. And when it comes to Ozil, I didn't much pay attention to his time at Madrid. But when he came to Arsenal, he was a very good player when he came to Arsenal. Like maybe he hasn't won anything with them, but I would say that's more down to like just the way the modern game has started to ruin those kind of players. But even just technically, he was always able to create. And let's be real, like Giroud, it wasn't good Giroud in front of him. It was brick Giroud, and it was like dudes like Oxlade, dudes like Welbeck. I mean, Welbeck, Walcott, Iwobi,
Sanogo,
like that, bro. Like
Sanogo.
Yeah, so in terms of that, so the way he even played, like I swear, Ozil, even in that season when you guys won the league, he helped them almost. They were in a lead at one point with him and Alexis Sanchez. The combination between those two, I remember that game. It was 4-0. Ozil and Alexis Sanchez ran you man out of your own crib.
Yeah,
and then,
at the Emirates,
yeah. And then Chelsea said, you know what, Conte just said, hey,
back free.
We can't hold four like that no more. You guys need to shape up. Like we can't be getting packed in like that. And honestly, like Ozil is one of the most underrated players, like in terms of the number 10, and even just creatively, attackingly, he would make correct decisions. It's just the pieces around him. It's kind of, you know what it is. It's the Wenger pull. When Arsene Wenger was there, he had some ridiculous pull. He brought in Aubameyang, Lacazette, even though Lacazette's a brick now.
Wait, Lacazette's
yeah, but when he first brought them in, he brought in Alexis Sanchez. He brought in Ozil. He brought in Aubameyang. And even I was watching the Terrace, and they were talking about, oh, you guys aren't going to be able to attract these kind of players anymore. Wenger's not there no more.
No.
Arteta is not going to have no pull to guys like of that ilk, of Alexis Sanchez, the guys that are like these are like gunmen. These are gunmen, and like also whether it's on the ball or assists or goals, he just usually made the right decision. And I feel like the modern game with Klopp and Pep, like just making hard yards and knee slide merchants, they just made this a modern era of football. Is horrible to watch. Like there's not even for Thiago, it almost makes me feel like, bro, I can't even really enjoy Thiago at this point because he's more of a tackling merchant. He's just a slide tackle merchant rather than a creative player like he used to be. Like when he was at Bayern, the guy used to be ridiculous when he was at Bayern, and now it's like the guy's just slide tackling and getting injured every 5 seconds. It's just ridiculous. And Henderson alongside of him and Fabinho is just, these guys aren't even. It's just the modern game is just atrocious. At the very least, Pep kind of ruined it, but at least he still has technical players. Like I would say Bernardo is closer to Ozil and whatnot than even Thiago is. This version of Thiago with Klopp, I mean, it's just not entertaining. The whole system is just, the system merchant thing is not attractive in the modern age. I mean, it is what it is. The game moves on, but
yeah, no, it moves on. But I think it's just unfortunate how you guys are saying that you can't have specialists.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
can't
and
have individuals who like
sucks.
they just do what they are and they can show
And
themselves.
it makes it even more
There is
rare.
specialists.
Yeah,
There
yeah,
is
and it makes it
specialists.
even more rare to find those kind of profiles with legs and creativity, like i.e. a Bernardo, a KDB, a Modric, like in his prime, because he's kind of old now. Like that kind of profile is like, now we're looking at like maybe Kamavinga, like the red stamina merchant is like, bro, that's what the game is looking at now. Chouameni, bro, like, I mean, those not to disrespect those guys, but that's streets below Modric and Bernardo and those kind of guys that I want to watch play for Liverpool type stuff. Like I don't want to be watching Henderson just hard yards it up and like, bro, I don't want to be watching.
No, but I think it is
But
very
that's a
true.
specialist.
No, but it is telling though that like if Chouameni is going for 100 mil and is seen as the next big thing,
No.
and
But
Haaland is doing the next big thing, like what does that say about the future?
And Nunes, 100 million. Nunes.
No, I gotta defend Chouameni, man. But he's going for 100 million because let's be honest, there aren't that much players that can play at a high quality a single pivot. There aren't that much players that can. Like if you're a single pivot, you're going for hundreds. Just based on the market, based on what's available. Majority of teams play with a double pivot because there aren't that much players that can compensate and handle the single pivot role. So Chouameni is going for 100 because he can do
But
that.
he's not even creative. That's the point. Like
No. But I get where someone's coming from. It's in terms of his usefulness for the system and how useful he can be for the system, and that usefulness, especially if it's young, that comes with a price and a value. What I'm saying is that I just come from the mindset of you're paying a high amount for someone of a high technical level. That's a high footballing level. That this guy has high technique and
The
that high special
Berbatov.
technique and so forth. Yeah, that high technique is something that's it's special. But right now it's like there isn't a room for that kind of individual because the individual is not allowed to shine. Like I told you, like the star of Liverpool is Klopp. The star of Man City is Pep. They're the stars of those teams.
Let's just be real, actually. Let's just cut to the chase.
What?
We don't have players that the type of, you even said it in a tweet, the type of attackers that make you want to go out and dance. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
those type of attackers. Neymar was supposed to be one, but you know, unfortunately, he didn't become.
Yeah,
one.
but
We
the
don't
worst
have
part
those type
about
of
it,
ballers
those
that
kind of
much.
guys are at City, where there's barely any guys that are showing up to look at that. Like, if we're being like in terms of,
and that's the thing, though. I really believe that Jesus is a highly skilled player. But Pep did not really allow him to really express and show himself. I believe that Bernardo Silva is a guy that can do bloody amazing, crazy things.
He's quality.
But the issue with Pep's system is nobody's allowed to express himself as an individual. You have to always play for team because Pep will say the first thing you should think of is to pass the ball. before anything, the first thing you should do is say, can I pass the ball? If I can't pass the ball, then what can I do afterwards? But you must always be thinking of whether you can pass the ball first before anything afterwards, which I just think it's unfortunate because again, like why Ozil was great is because you're like, oh wow, this is a guy who is using purely his skill to be effective. He's not fast, he's not strong, he's just using purely his skill now, which is something that you can always admire. But if you don't have guys who are just P&P guys, again, Haaland and Charles Darwin, that's the issue that we're having. Let me take some of this before I come to your boy Ricardo. So hold up, let me get these things right here. So shout out to your boy QC8 who says 10's before were specialists in creating and conducting attacking play. Now they're 8's. Lionel Messi kind of ruined it because he's essentially a 10 that scores crazy, positionless. No, I think and my thing is also that Messi is a unicorn. There's never been a player like Messi ever before. Never. There's never been a guy who scores those amounts of goals and can create those amounts of chances and is as good at dribbling. So you can't even compare anybody to Messi. Which I said, compare Ronaldo to Messi doesn't make any sense on a footballing level. It makes sense because Messi is a freak of nature on a pure footballing level based on just how well he can do so many different attacking positions. So which is why I say Messi, he's a cheat code. What in the normal world you have specialists. I am a specialist goal scorer. I'm a specialist DM. I'm a specialist creator and so forth. I'm a specialist crosser. So Messi was just a specialist at different things. LSK Laxit says, this Cam number 10 talk is very interesting. It also explains how I just got to
yeah, no, that's kind of true.
We had a dinosaur cow who
that's
refused.
True. That's true.
LSK Laxton. We're going to come back. And
WSK Jackson is actually he's right, bro.
WSK.
LSK.
Bro.
Can you also learn how to pass the damn ball?
And dribble.
You're
the least press resistant player we had on the ball.
Zuban, the amount of chances I created. The amount of chances I created for that team, man. QC says,
I watched some of those games. He was like Bruno Fernandes.
Too fast merchant, bro.
Casey, don't see that. QC says, Number 10 is the best position in my opinion. Top 5 greatest number 10s. Ooh. You have to look at Maradona. You have to look at Dino. You see, now, number 10s in terms of the shirt or the role? I think it's the position. So yeah, this is the position. Maradona.
Zico.
You could say Zico. I would argue.
Totti.
Totti for sure.
Yeah.
You must have to put Ozil in there.
Kaká.
Yeah, Kaká. In fact, I'll put Kaká ahead of. No, come on.
Just be honest.
He's an attacking player, though.
Not 05. You hate him because of 2012.
He's an attacking player.
And 2012.
No, man.
Zidane as well. No.
Nah, Zidane, you can't call him a number 10.
Zidane, was he a number 10, really?
He's like Juventus, he played 10 at
Juventus.
Juventus.
I mean, he sort of played the number 10, but he was like an 8, 10, and so forth, man. So.
Yeah, he's more of a mixed bag.
Mason Mount.
His early days, he played 10, but later days.
Casey Jones, man.
What about Dennis Bergkamp?
Yes. Yeah, Bergkamp.
Well, was he more like a close to a shadow striker?
Yeah, he's more of a second striker, isn't he?
Yeah. That's the way I view him.
But yeah, it was tough because you could either look for him as a support striker or a number 10. But basically, he was a support striker that played like a number 10. He was a support striker that played like a number 10. Man.
I know a player who said that he can play as number 10.
Who?
And I know a bald Nigerian clown who said he can play a number 10.
Look, I told you, there's a thing called FIFA tax. That's why I had to snap the disc of that game. That game is
I'm talking about Lukaku.
Yeah, you did say that Lukaku plays number 10, which is fraudulent. That's very fraudulent, HH. This is...
Bro, Serie A tax is hefty. That's why Pogba's a youth product, bro, going over there.
No, because I told you, because I'll be really with you that you may say, in my day, man, I was an amazing number 10. In my day, I was an amazing.
Bro, I'm still.
You told us that
my
you were
legs are going.
central midfielder.
We see
You
you
said you
take
were
a
a central
penalty,
midfielder.
HH. We see you take a penalty, man.
Bro, that's a temper.
Those techniques are
I'm a good
funny,
winger.
man.
I'm a good winger.
Did the funny thing about that name? Ask those Banter Boy guys. You know, we played a game afterwards. You know, I scored a hat trick. I scored a hat.
Hero, let's go.
I scored a hat trick in that thing, but
He got a
the finish
hattie.
loss. I scored a hat, but no, guys. Back in my day, because I was a through ball specialist. That's just why I was a through ball specialist.
Cup.
Bro, I would cook.
I was.
Imagine this dude
Trust
trying
me,
to do
I ain't gonna
ask the
lie.
streets.
I would cook with HH playing number 10. I ain't gonna.
Was Soviet Union still there? Was Soviet
bro.
Union still there when you were a good player?
What is it?
Was Soviet Union still alive when you were a good player?
Casey, don't do that.
No, but I think
no.
KHH is better than Fred, though.
Nah.
He's playing in the trenches, man. While he's waiting for
No. Trust me. Like my through balls were It's just that my legs are gone. But no. I was that dude, man. I was that dude.
Right.
You play like
You wish.
I'm a running behind merchant. Like if I had through, if I keep telling my when I play with my guys, I'd be like, bro, just spam through passes. I need through. Like, bro, they don't like to play. They want to dribble it and get dispossessed. I just be like, bro, I'm an in behind merchant. Play it through.
No, that's to be honest with you, man. African.
That's literally how I played as well.
We love dribbling, man. We love dribbling. Nobody wants to pass, man.
Okay, wait. Let me come to your boy Cardo, man. Cardo, talk to me, man. Ozil, man, and the number 10's.
First of all, shout out to the panel, bro. Hamid, Casey, Osasuna, Barry, Z, man. All you guys. Shout out to the streets too, man.
Shout out to you, man. Shout out,
man. HH is a brick in the neckhead. Anyways, sorry.
So that's how it started, man.
Sorry. Yeah, Ozil, man, he was one of my favorite pure 10s, to be honest. I remember watching him at Real Madrid. He was He's very exciting to watch. Like, I definitely agree that specialist players are definitely very unique and they've been isolated nowadays. However, I think to be a specialist, you definitely have to be an anomaly, almost at a sense. You can only pretty much, like, a lot of the times when we think of number 10s now, they're usually passed off as free roam players. And off the top of my head, it's mainly Messi and Neymar. But yeah, like I think Ozil, man, he will go down definitely as one of the greatest 10s to ever play. At least, although his career he didn't have many great moments or at least trophies other than the World Cup to pretty much support his case. He definitely like if you watch him, you know that he was quality. He definitely is up there. But I also want to say that in that Real Madrid team, a lot of people think it was just Ozil and Ronaldo and stuff. If you look at the numbers back then, apart from Messi and Ozil, there was actually somebody else who was producing great playmaking numbers. And we all know who this is. And we all call him one of the most underrated players. And it was Di Maria. Di Maria at that time, bro, he was putting out almost the same output as Ozil. I think people forget that. I'm not even talking about the assists. I'm talking about the chances creation and stuff like that. Like, he was putting those three, Messi, Ozil, Di Maria, the three at that time, some of the best playmakers in the world.
Di Maria was also like he cooked Puyol. He was underrated.
Well, we're not gonna speak on that. You're not gonna speak on my captain like that, bro, Hamid. All right, we all know. But yeah, look, I think the evolution of the game, you know, the way the formations, how some formations became obsolete, like he just fell out, and I think he couldn't adapt, and it is what it is, right? We've seen a lot of players suffer because of that. James being one of them. But yeah, like somebody said, I think 10s are now new 8s, and Kevin De Bruyne is an example of that, because when Kevin De Bruyne was actually a 10 back in, I think it was Wolfsburg, this guy had like 33 assists in one season, which is insane. Obviously, when he went to Man City, things changed. But yeah, Ozil, one of the best 10s, and one of the best 10s to play the game. It's just unfortunate, really, but like I said, I think we were talking about special.
So I said there is no room for an Ozil in today's game. You can't have it.
You know what? I would say there is. I would say there is, because there are certain players, for example, like Messi. I think Messi is the better example here. No, I get maybe the comparison between Messi and Ozil is not even any comparison with Messi is not really a fair comparison, anyways.
No, you can't.
But let's not forget that I think the reason why Messi got that type of luxury is because of the responsibility he had on the offensive end. So trying to have all that responsibility plus the defensive contributions was going to be like Messi would be burnt out by like 70th minute. In the last 20, he would have absolutely no legs. But with Ozil, I think because he wasn't putting in the level of, in terms of goal scoring, that it was kind of hard to do that. However, if you had a proficient goal scorer, such as, whether it's a winger or an actual 9, I think Ozil, you definitely can use him. I think when it comes to luxury players, and we've seen this with PSG, I think you can always have one luxury player because it worked with Barcelona. However, when you have, Mbappe and Messi, who both don't defend, that's when it becomes an issue. And I think Mbappe, in a sense, he is also a luxury player because the guy does not defend. And to the point where, this is another form of specialist player, like pure goal scorers, right? Their only job on the team is to score goals. Now, you live with the good and the bad. Some people, for example, Cristiano Ronaldo, if the guy is not scoring you goals, why else is he on the field? You can make that argument, but when he's banging in the goals, nobody's complaining, right? And it's almost like the same thing with Mbappe. There was times throughout the season where, he was scoring goals left, right, and center, but when he wasn't scoring, the guy was atrocious.
Yeah.
And I think maybe we say the same thing about Haaland and Sir Charles Darwin Nunez, the leader of the theory of de-evolution. Like these guys are specialists. I don't see how someone like Haaland would fit into Pep Guardiola's system. I just think he's such a great goal scorer that it's going to work.
So, first of all, guys, we have to credit Ricardo because Ricardo came up with the name Charles. So Ricardo is to credit for the nickname Charles, which I think is a brilliant nickname. So Ricardo, are you calling Charles a specialist?
Well, I mean, he doesn't do anything else other than put the ball at the back of the net. That's all he does.
Yeah, that's all we need. That's all we need.
Funny enough, that's all Liverpool need.
The clip of him crying.
I don't want him getting involved. I just want
let him be at the end of at those crosses or whatever the case may be. Now, I get there's specialists in every like, for example, Conte, right? The guy was a specialist because he had like 6 lungs. Like, we have never seen a player who can play probably like back-to-back games on days and just go 120 minutes. Like, that's insane. Used
to do that.
Yeah, but I mean, to the level of Conte, I think is a different conversation. And I think a lot of when we see evolution of football, it's almost like everybody in a sense almost has to be that. Right now, I think that's the level of compensation that comes with it. Like, you can't be pure at something, whether it's, I think other than goal scoring, because the game is to score goals. But in terms of the number 10, you can't just be a pure playmaker anymore without there being a setback, I would say. That's why, like, the high end, just pretty much what Osasuna said, like, the midfield, there's a lot of physicality involved, and your playmakers are either your wingers or your fullbacks. Now, I don't necessarily agree that guys like Trent or are number 10s. They're definitely not number 10s. I don't know. I don't want to hear that conversation.
No. But I think it's on the whole creative tip of, like, they are the new creative outlets.
Yeah, they are the creative outlet. But creative outlets can come from any position if that's the main area of focus, right? Like Real Madrid's 3P team, like their area of creativity, bro, it came from everywhere: fullbacks, wingers, the central midfield.
Speaking of that team, they're the last team to use the number 10 properly because that team had Isco.
Yeah, so it's like
so no talk about how Zidane destroyed the cam, eh?
He's a bold fraud.
No, he didn't like Isco. Come on, he didn't like Isco.
But anyways, the number 10 definitely. It's unfortunate what happened to it, but for what it was, for what we remember, at least if you're old enough to remember the position, it was one of the best positions, probably the most iconic position that came associated with the number.
Let me hit this before coming to Meliendo. Let me just hit this Dube. Thank you for the dub. Mr. Simmer Singh says teams today defend much deeper than before, making it more of a team effort to attack. Teams now are scared that they don't end up considering. Don't teams press more? Isn't pressing more of a thing now? So guys actually want to get up in your grill rather than guys sitting back.
Yeah, Ralph Ragnarok. He created The Giga
Ralph
Press.
Ragnarsson, you have what is it? Leeds United, like majority
Bielsa.
small. It depends on the league, to be honest, because La Liga, all teams are just low block merchants when you face them.
Wait, let me come to you, boys. So Melendo, talk to me. The Zealand number 10s.
Well, if you told me to describe Ozil in 3 words, I would have described it as classy, skillful, and unreal technique. I mean, that boy.
Those are 4 words, man.
Those are 4 words.
Okay, fine, whatever. You get the point, right?
No, he
I mean,
said
that
3 words and
guy.
used 4 words, so I don't know what that.
You can't be saying 3 and then saying 4, and then expect us to get it, man.
All right. Continue though.
Okay,
Continue.
I accept the L. Let's move on.
Okay.
Jeez. Yeah, I mean, I remember Ozil back in the days when he played for Real Madrid. In that 3-year span, he was the best number 10 in the world. That's my opinion. I mean, I remember how he destroyed Fernandinho and what's that guy's name in the 2014 World Cup semifinal. I mean, he tore Fernandinho a new one. I mean, the guy was chasing shadows, fam. Whew, boy, that boy had it. But I failed to figure why did he move from Real Madrid to Arsenal? I mean, any player with a common sense, you move from the best club in the world to Arsenal. That made no sense to me. And it left me to wonder what would have happened if Ozil stayed at Madrid. Like, would we have viewed him much more differently? Plus, I'm pretty sure you put Ozil in that 2014 Madrid team, I'm pretty sure they win the treble. I mean, that's how good Ozil was. In this era of football right now, the number 10s are finally more scarce because most people use the fullbacks, the wingbacks, the inverted wingers, the inside forwards to create chances. So I don't think there's a room for number 10. But if I were to pick a team that would most likely suit him, I'd pick Manchester City or Barcelona because those are the only 2 teams that I see, in my opinion, that Ozil can play. Because in a Pep system, I think Pep he would find a way to adjust to fit him in there because Ozil is too good of a passer and he's too good of a playmaker for him not to be starting in that team. So yeah, I think Ozil would start in a Barcelona or Man City team. I think those are the only 2 teams in the world right now that would maybe accommodate a number 10.
HH, I don't know if you knew this, but back in 2010, Ozil actually wanted to play for Barcelona, but that bald-headed punk Guardiola, I don't know. Ozil explained that he pretty much said that he was waiting for Pep Guardiola's call. He was waiting to go to Barcelona because the team, the management wanted him, and then Pep didn't want him, and then that's when Uncle Moo called him up, brought him, made history.
Oh yes, I remember that story. Pep Guardiola actually, he said that he preferred Bojan Cliff to Mesut Ozil.
Yeah,
which was unreal.
Can you imagine? Messi, Ozil, Xavi, Iniesta on one team, bro?
God. I mean,
it's not only that. Apparently, Pirlo was close to signing for Barcelona too, man.
Pirlo's a freaking
bro. Even Messi was close to signing to Arsenal.
I'll say it again.
I would prefer Pirlo.
Let me say it.
Zeman.
Let me say it again. Pirlo is an old man, a lesbian.
I respect my guy, man.
Okay. All right.
I respect his decision.
All right. That's
shout out to the Alphabet Gang, man.
Wait, hold on. That's a yellow. That's a yellow. We're not gonna.
Wow.
Shout out to your boy QC8 who says top 5 not in order. Well, what's the point to not putting it in order? Cruyff.
Yeah, Cruyff. I forgot about Cruyff also. Cruyff.
Yeah.
Guys,
What's
you
your
don't
issue
want
with Cruyff? I don't understand it. What is your issue?
Cruyff was a system merchant. Cruyff was
Oh
a system
my
merchant.
No, he
God.
Cruyff
wasn't.
was a
He
Time to
actually
talk about
system
wasn't.
merchant.
Cruyff.
He was
Sue
actually the
me.
opposite of a system
Cruyff
merchant.
was a system
No,
merchant.
this guy
Sue
played
me.
in multiple
Sue me.
positions. Like,
What is your
Cruyff
issue
was
with
the
Cruyff?
system.
I
Cruyff
just
was
I
the
just don't
system.
understand it. What is your problem with Cruyff?
No,
You
no, no,
rate
no,
that
no.
bum
He
Robin,
got
you
owned
rate
by
that bum Robin,
Beckenbauer.
and you rip on Cruyff?
Beckenbauer owned him.
Yeah,
Wait,
that
hold on.
that cutting merchant.
Wait, okay, so Maradona. Oh, cool. I'll give it to you. Messi. Well, Messi, no, because for me, Messi played most. Messi not in number 10. He played most positions. So Messi it doesn't really count. Zico, cool. Zidane, 8, 10, everything. Get Cruyff the heck out of there, bro.
Wow.
Get Cruyff the heck out of that.
you
Hey,
accepted
Richard, did you see him
Totti,
play?
though.
Did you see him play?
Of course, this guy's like
Yeah,
120 years old.
Yeah, he's seen him in his
Ricardo,
prime,
give
bro.
him
To be
respect.
fair, I rate
I just
Dennis
don't.
Bergkamp
You have to
higher than
explain.
Cruyff.
What is your problem with Cruyff?
His first video was about Cruyff's turn, bro, when he created that, man. That's
Oh,
his first video.
Zeman,
You
you're gonna watch
burnt the
yourself, bro.
HH up, bro.
Havoc,
No, you never
George
would.
Best, Johan Cruyff were one of the few Europeans who could actually compete with South Americans. I can only name you 2 players, Best and
Wait,
Cruyff.
Casey, do you know a guy called Hazard, Eden Hazard?
Wow.
Eden Jeremiah Hazard.
Just show red card to yourself. Show red card to yourself.
Casey, don't.
Show
Casey,
red card to yourself.
Are you
Wait,
gonna open
someone
your,
pull that
no,
video.
No, hold up, Casey. Are you gonna open your mouth and say that Cruyff was better than Eden Hazard?
Yes.
I think at least 10 or 20 times better.
Casey, don't. Casey, Cruyff himself would admit that Hazard was a better player than him. As far as a footballer.
Where?
Casey, I can't
Hazard,
believe we gave
Hazard is arguably top 5 most talented European players of all time.
Bro, Casey,
And
I can't.
based on talent, Hazard is at least top 5 most
Yeah,
naturally
even
talented
so,
European
even
players
so.
of all time.
Bro, Casey, I can't believe we gave this bum a CL, bro. Like, I can't believe this shit, bro. I can't believe it.
Wait, Mohammed, what do you mean? Oz gave who a CL?
That bum Hazard, bro. I can't believe we.
Mohammed, you're a Liverpool fan. What do you mean by we?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Liverpool gave.
Oh, sorry. Sorry.
Wow.
Okay.
Have slow, man. Have slow.
To be fair.
No, but you have to explain it. Why do you rate Robin but not Cruyff?
Because he's bald, like AJ.
Ricardo, shut up.
The bald
Casey, this is the thing. Robin created the inside forward.
He's a specialist,
So-
he's a one move merchant.
Amazing, but you're talking about a guy who created a position. You're talking about a guy who is one of the most unique football players of all time. All Cruyff did was a Cruyff turn. Casey, what happened in that 74 final? When he was the
Germany
Casey,
cheated.
that's what- Casey,
Germany
when
cheated.
his team
Germany
when his
cheated.
team were the favorites, what did Cruyff do in that final?
Germany cheated. Germany cheated.
How
He
did they
got
cheat?
owned by Beckenbauer. He got owned by Beckenbauer in the
Hold
7-4
on,
final.
Casey, how did they cheat?
Watch that game. I'm pretty sure you haven't watched that game.
I have watched the freaking game.
He was alive at that time, man. Obviously, he was.
No, bro.
He was in the stadium.
I'm a World Cup match because I had this World Cup
But
VHS.
regardless of all
I'm
that,
old.
you
I
have
had
to-
a World Cup
but-
VHS. So
No, but regardless of all that, you had like 3 greats in that team, in that stadium. Muller, Cruyff, and Beckenbauer. So I mean, yeah, okay. Beckenbauer is like one of the horsemen. I think Cruyff should be one of them.
no, stop it. Cruyff, a horseman? No. Get out.
You would have made that ball fraud Robin
Well, he did
horseman.
invent the tiki taka, so yeah.
Casey, if Casillas hadn't have doped
No, if
and Robinson was
if.
up,
Oh, wow.
Robin would
So
be a
what
horseman.
happened in that? What happened in 2014 then?
Mascherano took his asshole trying to block Robin's
He tore his
shot in the
pussy,
last
man.
minute.
What happened in 2012 against Chelsea?
2012, Drogba tore his asshole.
Sorry,
Let go.
Casey. He won a treble the year after.
I'm talking about
12,
2012.
I know he won a treble the year after. That's what I'm
HH,
about.
why isn't Gerd
Robin
Muller a
isn't even
horseman?
top 20 Europeans of all time.
In
Ricardo,
short,
you're
in
breaking up,
short,
Ricardo, you're breaking
Iron
up.
Robin
Okay.
is just an overrated George Best.
I said, why isn't Gerd Muller a
What?
horseman yet?
Ricardo,
Don't
like
you dare take the name of
you're
George Best in the same sentence
trying
as
to
Robin.
fix your connection. I can't really. You're not coming
Nah,
in.
you're trolling me. You're actually trolling me. I'm not
It's
speaking.
crystal clear. It's crystal clear.
No. Okay, I'll answer very soon. I'll answer after this. Latin Lozario. Latin Lozario, who supports Juve and said that Juve would definitely win the UCL this year. Latin said Juve will definitely win the UCL this year. If you're a Barca fan, you'd have loved the hockey game last night. Very tiki-taka-esque. Shout out playoff
Yeah, hockey's crazy,
Yeah,
man.
Yeah,
Lightning
got smacked. Man. They got
I also want to shout out the Celtics for being a bum. You're gonna always be
Yeah.
under
Shout
the
out to the
Lakers'
Celtics,
shoes.
man. Thank
So
you.
shout out to the Celtics, man.
Speak
Shout
on
out to
it, Z, man.
Boston.
Speak on
Shout
it,
out
Z.
to
Quick
Boston.
question:
Guys.
how good is hockey really?
Bro, nah, don't disrespect hockey, bro.
It's ahead of it's ahead of
Hockey's all right.
golf.
The
Canadians will come
hockey's
for
all right.
you. The
Okay,
Canadians
guys,
will
look,
come
man,
for you.
we're rolling out right now. So, guys, remember Monday members hangouts where that clown wing gets unleashed and where we can now really fully express ourselves. And we'll be back here Tuesday for the transfer show where hopefully Lukaku will be confirmed to Inter and Chelsea's Lewandowski and Ousmane Dembele will be confirmed as well by Tuesday's transfer show. Ricardo,
are we gonna talk about your hairline on the members hangout? You promised me last week. You promised me last week, man.
Guys, let's make a bet.